Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, Accra constituency. Good morning, wherever you're keeping your channels and watching us from across the digital device or the satellite device. We say a very good morning. Welcome to today's morning focus. It's interesting to be with you every morning, and I'm so excited to be your hosts. And so this is the morning focus, your authoritative voice for truth, accountability, and national dialogue. I'm your host, El Samuels. I'll later be joined alongside with my co-host as we bring you a morning of insight, debate, and also perspective that shapes the conversations driving our nation forward, from the corridors of policy to the realities on our streets. Today we ask the tough questions. Are we building a resilient Ghana? That's the question to start with. Are we building a resilient Ghana or reacting too late to challenges we already see coming? Should I ask that question again? Are we building a resilient Ghana or reacting too late to challenges we already see coming? So stay with us as we unpack the headlines, interrogate leadership, and give you, the citizen, the voice in the national conversation. This is MBN TV, your mega broadcasting network. And I say it's good to be with you. And like we always do, straight away, we look at our Bible verse for this morning, brought to you in association with the Maranatha Power Ministry International behind the Lekma Polyclinic at Nungwa Adokono. And guess what scripture they brought this morning? A lot of energy for the morning, isn't it? And today, Wednesday, now every Wednesday we do some corporate affairs, a conversation, and we want to really find out why the importance of the Senate contribution. So we'll be having Senate to visit us today, and there's going to be a subsequent project we're going to do. With every Wednesday, we'll bring a corporate entity to speak with them exactly what you're doing. And that is what we'll be doing today. Our first stop will be the Baxter stop with Senate. And we'll try to find Senate. Now, after getting Senate, we'll move to the list. So just stay with us. There are people who are running a lot of foundations and also helping some vulnerable people. We'll try to see the Apenqua Foundation. We hear the founder is 10 and 50. We'll try to find out what will be happening. We'll try to find out that as well. And then we'll have our teacher chat in the studios this morning. So there's a lot that we're going to do today. But like I said, let me keep it quiet and keep it slow with you and start with the day's scripture focus. And we go to Proverbs, the chapter 22, the verse 3. It says, "Behold, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty." Behold, the prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Wow. So what is in it for us this morning? Very simple one, isn't it? Very, very simple. But is it that simple? That's the big question we keep asking ourselves this morning. That we'll keep it, do we keep it that simple? No. The scripture is saying, "Behold, the prudent sees danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty." Proverbs 22, verse 3. The scripture is not just about personal wisdom. It is a blueprint for national survival. A prudent people do not argue with anger. Should I go back into it? A prudent people do not do what? Argue with anger. This is for the prudent. And that is very, very important for you to know that If the Bible said the prudent, what does the word prudent also means? That's the first thing you look at. And the Proverbs, the scripture is saying, speaks directly to leadership. It speaks to planning and national responsibility. A prudent nation does not wait for floods to destroy lives before acting. It does not train its youth only to abandon them to unemployment. Wisdom is not reacting, it is preparing. That is what wisdom is. Wisdom is not reacting, wisdom is preparing. Because today our discussions challenge whether Ghana is acting with foresight or mainly responding to crisis after damage is done. I want all of us to think about Ghana. Are we reacting when the damage is done before we see the country working? That's a question I want all of us to answer. The numbers on your screen, and you can call the numbers and join the conversation. 0537158638 is the numbers. A prudent people do not argue with anger. They anticipate it. They study patterns. They respect warnings and act before consequences arrive. I can take that again. I said, prudent people do not argue with anger. They anticipate it. They study patterns. They respect warnings and act before consequences arrive. But the simple are not necessarily ignorant. They are often aware yet inactive. They see the signs. Flood-prone areas repeatedly submerge. Graduate increasing whilst jobs remain stagnant. Policies announced without measurable outcomes, yet nothing fundamentally changes. And so the penalty comes not as punishment, but as predictable consequences. You know, floods are not just natural events. They become disasters when foresight is absent. Unemployment is not just economic. It becomes a crisis when preparation is disconnected from reality. That is what unemployment is all about. So a nation does not suffer because it lacks warning. It suffers because it ignores it. True wisdom is not in how loudly we respond to crisis, but in how early we prepare for them. So as we begin today's conversation, the question is not whether danger exists. The question is whether we are still choosing to see it or choosing to act on it. Now, the big question for us all to answer this morning is that the prudent see danger and they take refuge. Simply sit down. But the simple keeps going and pays the penalty. Proverbs 22. The verse 3. Remember, the scripture is brought to you in association with the Maranatha Power Ministries International in Nungwa Adogono. The church is behind the Lekma Polyclinic. Today, Wednesday, is a teaching service from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come and be blessed. I invite you to be part of the teaching service this evening, 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Then on Friday is the mega all night, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. Sunday, first service, victory service, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And the second service, which is a mixed bag, Twi, Ga, and all the other languages, is 9 a.m. to 12 noon. I invite you to be a partaker of the gathering of the saints. Once again, I want to say a big thank you to the Maranatha Power Ministry International supporting us to come your way every Sunday with the scripture reading. Yesterday, somebody would have to take a note. We have to send airtime to someone who won the quiz yesterday. So we need to send her an airtime. So, madam, congratulations to you. The team will get in touch with you and then they will sort you out with your airtime. I know you're wondering what quiz is for today. What will be the question for today? We'll share with you right away. But let me welcome into the studios Bernard Agbemo Eduji, who's taking his seat with me here in the studios. Good morning, Bernard.
Good morning, El.
How are you doing?
Beautiful Wednesday morning. I'm very fine.
We thank God.
And I hope you are too.
I'm always okay.
Fantastic.
By the grace of God. Always, always.
Yeah.
Grace is keeping me alive. And it's exciting to have you in studio this morning. So we're going straight away to our quiz for the morning, based on the scripture that was shared and the things that were shared according to Proverbs 22, the verse 3. Who sees danger and takes refuge? And what happens to those who ignore danger and keep going? From today's discussions, what does seeing danger represent at the national level? So if you can answer this, you win some, we give you some airtime. Simplicita. 053-715-8638 is the numbers on the screen. Very simple. And that takes us straight while I was waiting for you to send your answers via SMS, your WhatsApp, or you call the line. Let's do our African proverbs for this morning. You had a scripture when you were coming in, right?
Yeah. I did. And you really did justice to it. I'm looking for the word that other versions used for the simple, because as a simple, no, it's too diplomatic. Yeah, it's too diplomatic. I know that Proverbs, the writer of Proverbs, has the the boldness to use the right words. I'm looking for the right words. But that is it. People who are serious, no, when they see danger, they act. They don't wait for the danger to come and consume them. They act. Yeah. But people, I've seen one version using naive, but naive no so cry diplomatic, mommy. But sorry, the foolish ones, no. Almost the danger neighbor, still no, or basically dying. You know, we get consumed by flood every day.
Yeah.
By the grace of God, in God's own wisdom, to give man the space to plan for such outcomes. That is why He created times and seasons, so that Bible says that the sons of Issachar, they knew what to do in every season. They were wise. The sons of Issachar were wise because they knew what to do in every season. So God, in His own wisdom, created times and seasons, so that when it is dry season and you anticipate danger in the rainy season, what do? As Proverbs 22:3 says, you plan towards it, to averse it. Yet the event now one in sooner san bio na flood na say
as I said before.
Yeah.
Like I said, wisdom is not reacting. Wisdom is preparing. So that is one thing we've not been doing as a nation. And today's discussion, we challenge whether Ghana is acting with foresight or mainly responding to crisis after damage is done.
Yeah, that's what we do. We respond to crisis. You see, and I
National disaster management.
But what the my
Organization.
income see, I was say a bar is in the media.
National Disaster Management Organization. National disaster.
You're not averting. Now, what is the management?
Hey, we are not serious, right?
Yeah. But God created the season so that in the dry season, man can plan the life to avert some of these things in the rainy season. But no. And it doesn't only apply to rains, it applies to a lot of things in our own lives. In fact, God puts in man the natural tendency to fight or to run away from danger. So you see a snake, two things. Either you kill the snake or you run away. You don't stand there for the snake to attack you. That is God's innate disposition.
You are absolutely right about that.
So why is it that when it comes to our social lives, we play the I don't care kind of thing? Then when we get affected, we will now be reacting, which reaction will not solve the problem. See, so they are talking about no bed syndrome. What are we doing to prevent
that is why I said
syndrome?
Wisdom is not reacting. Wisdom is preparing. In the sense that we know our population is growing. What are the measures we're putting in place? What are the housing plans? It's not today we cast out and say we are doing this project. All the affordable things we say we have done, we should show ourselves one. Which one has worked? From the time of Jerry Rawlings through to the time of the current president, John Mahama. Which of the affordable houses we've created has worked? When Nkrumah era passed, all the things he was doing, the silos and things, so we only react, but we don't prepare. That is Ghana for you. We are always in a reacting mode, but we don't prepare for the rainy seasons. And that is the biggest problem we have as a nation. Even in our economy, we are not prepared. We are just playing by the gallery. Then we have a rating company who come and tell us, oh, we're doing well, you are now B+, that we use the political words for the day, hitting left, right, center. Now, people ask, how many people understand the need as to why you need to make sure that your Senate is contributed? How many people understand that? So we've decided that now every Wednesday, at least we have a corporate entity to speak to us, to tell us what they are doing, what is their mandate for the people, what should people also be looking out for when you get a small short-time job to do. Are they to pay Senate and other stuff for you? All this thing needs to be understood by the Ghanaian people. It's your right to understand the service government is providing. It's your right to know. But you don't keep yourself in the dark expecting to know. So we've decided that on the morning focus Wednesdays, if for nothing, one corporate entity should speak to us.
That's good.
Tell us what you're doing.
That's good.
So today, we've taken the pain, we've followed them. Finally, they've agreed to be here with us this morning. Senate will join us. We'll have some 20, 15 minutes conversation with them as to exactly what they do. So you can ask that your question. Remember, I promised you I'll get Senate for you so that you can ask the question. Now that Daddy is not there, what happens to his contribution? Are they going to give you guys a lump sum and that's it? That would be the acquiring BB. That sort of, which I know is supposed to be a lump sum. Now, no be a corner baby. You know, that sort of thing. Well, once you've proved beyond reasonable doubt that exactly this is what has happened. So this morning.
Sorry, I got one translation.
Uh-huh.
Contemporary English. Contemporary English say a name room currently. Brofua among for you or say when you see trouble coming, don't be stupid and walk right into it.
Into
Where your contemporary English. Be smart and hide.
Be smart and hide.
Where your radiasum.
Yeah. You know, because the point is that the scripture is a simplicity. I'm just telling, it is not just about personal wisdom. It is a blueprint for national survival. A prudent people do not argue with anger. They anticipate it. They study patterns. They respect warnings. And they act before consequences arrive. But it's simple, like you said. It's not necessarily so or you're ignorant. They are often aware, yet inactive. Unimpa say adie we or the sequence when you show twa a bit cause of problem. Unimpa patobe. That I don't get kind of life, no. Flood-prone areas repeatedly submerge. Graduates increasing whilst jobs remain stagnant. Policies announced without measurable outcome. Yet nothing fundamentally changes. So the penalties we pay, say Microfonia ma say, you call raining season. Yet all, Yankasa, obi abeti wudi. Yaya who say fire. So it's a very simple question we asked this morning. You want me to repeat the question for the entire nation? Do you want me to repeat the question? Because before you took your seat, I was asking, are we building a resilient Ghana or reacting too late to challenges we already see coming?
Reacting too late.
We are acting too late. 0537158638 is the numbers you can also join us. Are we reacting too late? Or we are building a resilient Ghana? Talk to us. Any Indian commando pay. That's what we're saying. Now let's do African proverb this day. It said, a nation that decorates its skyline but neglect its foundation builds tomorrow's collapse in today's pride.
Can you take that again?
I should take that again. Okay. A nation that decorates its skyline but neglects its foundation builds tomorrow's collapse in today's pride.
That is deep.
Very deep, right?
That is deep. Yeah. Basically, don't ignore the basics, which most often are the important.
You know the song the Christian dom we always sing, take me back, Okolokiwia, take me back, dear Lord, to the place when I first received you.
Also Okolokiwia.
Okolokiwia no to take me back, dear Lord, take me back, dear Lord, where I first meet thee. Near 30 years, you know.
Yeah.
Because we've decided there's a change which is from within. You have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, no, how do we here? Martina Subrin Wache, Subai, my yache, I need to change. Make the effort and let God help.
Yeah.
Abaye, once I can say, how do we? But no one say, hey, you're one also. Because you don't need any rocket scientists to come and tell you need to do. Because that change. The change is with you. And change is within. And what is inside you reflects outside.
Change is with
Your beauty that you are showing today is what is inside you that is showing there. Who you are that everybody is seeing is what is inside you. Takrama hu brasiye no. Ehiana, Buadesi Ovia. Onyaka Krams Obe Husubino. It's inside you. Do something about it. It will say, Proverbs say, a nation that decorates its skyline but neglects its foundation builds tomorrow's collapse in today's pride. That's an African proverb from the Wisdom Center. You know, this speaks directly to illusion progress. It speaks directly to illusion. You know, we celebrate visible success. Tall buildings, digital initiative, glamorous award shows, but often ignores the unseen structures that sustains them. That's Ghana. Today we talk in Ghana. Strong drainage system, practical education, real job creation pathways, functional industry frameworks. When focus shifts to appearance over substance, a country begins to look developed without truly becoming developed. And that is exactly what we do. Floods then exposes weak planning. You take EQ when people died at Circle. You take EQ when people died at the Accra Sports Stadium. Unemployment exposes weak educational system. What are we doing about it? The unemployment we are seeing is telling us the weakness in our educational system. What are we doing about it? Now let's go to the creative industries. Exposes weak structures behind the spotlight. And then I make an article, I just sat there and said, wow. You know, true development is what impresses today. It's not what impresses today. It's what endures tomorrow. That is true development. What will endure tomorrow is development, not what impresses today. Here, all our political narratives is what impressed today. From the universities up to now. Joe impre. Adiachia na ebubu ayebasa 9-day wonder. Obi hu ni CEO se gidi. Aso ye I see you no ndane no. And here forget. I know this, you know. What do you do when you are alone, when no one is seeing you? Are you that committed to what you're supposed to do? It's a question we need to ask ourselves. When focus shifts to appearance, what happens next to us is that appearance over substance, a country begins to look developed without truly becoming developed. It looks, but it is not.
Packaging.
Packaging. The economy is good. Now we are trumpeting the 8th growing economy in Africa. The 8th. Dress rehearsal. Ya Shannon Tadia, ya Bono Ponks. Ya magnifique. But Ejuma. Nkolane F school AP, and we are churning out thousands of graduates every year. Only hundreds gets the job. It's not a weak in educational system. If people are not prepared for the job market, why are the jobs? Truth there is only one. Where are the jobs? So the Proverbs is just telling us something. Now, we celebrate visible success, tall buildings, digital initiative, glamorous award shows, but often ignore the unseen structures that sustains them. What sustains all those glamorous things we are saying? What sustains the beauty we are creating? Ghana is a developing country, the fastest growing economy
in Africa.
In Africa, 8th. What do we have to show? Those times, and Nipa Soriano Ponoko labor, labor office, the Bassa Saba. In any person says, pa, yeah, form. The education then was working because education was tailored to industry. Education was tailored to the job market. Now, our system, real job creation pathways are not there. Functional industry frameworks are not there. They are black and white on papers. So that development, the true development, is not what impresses today. It is what endures tomorrow. That's all. Simplicity. Simplicity. 0537158. We cry and call baby. You call a front banner. You hear news headlines. That's a Jana Shasientem.
Fast.
From scripture to Proverbs. A Jana Shasientem. Your dressing rehearsal say you are developing in disguise and now say DNA. The Biamika said the ruin of a nation begins in the homes of its what? People. Kronoya bunyina efifie. And you know me, outbringing. Very simple. Outbringing. It whilst we're waiting for your course and your contribution, as a tongue for so be a dean. Dean. Amunye dean. A headlines no till. Whilst we are waiting for them to call us and share their thoughts with us this morning. And to also be to me, Afrayan 0537 158 0537 158 and then 13th, right?
Yeah.
Actually, 14th. I said me celebrating me young boy be already 2 years.
Powerful.
Yeah, powerful. Elon Obrimpon Ochre. Actually, na woda. Very strong guy. Very strong. Oh no, a strong guy. But not my main pushy a yimonia. You share what is on the on the newspaper headlines.
Okay.
Your bonnet to near Daniel corporate phone bar near static channel. I start and then the teaching come. And now me chance on someone she's doing some brilliant work some foundation or villages, pick girls, train them, give them skill. And all these people are doing it in the dark. Nobody knows about them.
Knows. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, teacher. Married with children, about more than 20, 30. Wow. Seriously. Just the same way your bishop at Tunuma Egu villages are or microphones or microphone education. This is for tomorrow. It's not today's. For tomorrow. It's ever fix it into the Proverbs. Yeah, the DNA you better recognize the one and so the end you catch it. Yeah, yes, one man show stuff. Daily Post Ewa Stories was Ibrahim Mahama supported the xenophobia victim with 200K and hardware business initiative. Nekenoi. Yo. Road Minister Kwame Aguja chases lazy road contractors. Where? MPA 24-hour Economy Authority launched pilot phase of 24-hour economy in petroleum downstream sector. Mahama approves evacuation of 300 Ghanaians from South Africa after a xenophobic attack. According to Wajina Shine, we got 200K.
We
We send your hardware, we got hardware shop, and so you're setting up. Akwai ye no. No, sir, lady never saying, so I did not know what fennel. First, say, oh, you understand, and Yamin may be a quiet mouth. Yeah, we have fun with the demon. Akwai tough. The brand what kind ambient for now, all my add free jata. Yes, sir. Yeah, the MBs are ready my add free jata cement. The ancient bone de Roma. Why? And one everybody must chop for him work side. Which will go for chop from our website. Talianko, those are the stories on the Daily Post.
From the Daily Post list to the Herald, Independent Ghanaian MP busted in Amsterdam over $32 million case. NPA pilots fuel station initiative with 24-hour authority. Xenophobia victim gets fresh start from Ibrahim Mohammed's support.
Ibrahim baby will be an baby will be an yen Casabam a change case. My Jata advert. And no, I'm not asking you for anything. I don't need. I yet you hear and say my Jata ad bako pet. Yes, Netria for 1 year. The Akabi at Betchow account.
Yes,
for 1 year.
I'm out for her
from A to Z.
Across the country.
Yeah, that's not like no digitals. A nationwide TV.
Nationwide.
Ibrahim Mama. We adore ye MBN to adore ye. Yesrel. Ofane. Ye Hishibami. With the cuckoo now.
Build with Jata. Build with Jata, sir.
Na yansunen Musa. Anka no pre anka morning show no. Near see Jata morning focus. Musa. Charles and we are fine, Papa. Ibrahim, do something. Do something. Ibrahim Mama, do something. Yeah. Build with Jata to last. Do something. Why? Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I don't have a number to ya. But then at MBN, meet me as no, I know or not, or sound number back on and call. And I went, sorry, the woman, number there. Oh, father, oh, shall I for your coin?
All right. So, has a picture of Jata and the victim. I don't want to use victim and the man.
The man, since here he's the man, 200K in the bottom.
Yeah, it's in the bottom, a senator.
Yeah, I come and wish I didn't worry.
Kakra within the home. Pressure mounts on IGP to release original UCC results amid ASP promotion exams controversy. CID MBI BNI CID BNI, the name has been reverted to the old. Joint operation catches East Legon sex video entrepreneur. 18 questions police administration must answer over promotion exams scandal. Charlie, we are not serious. A whole police administration. BC for culture, BC, yes, leakage. What's for leakage? Police, Ghana Police Service. I also say a country.
Proverbs today.
Oh, see.
African Proverbs in this today.
Glorify with major foundation. Can you imagine? Police administration considered not a leaky.
India sent a message me as a chairman. Where you they get us your Proverbs from? Where? I beg you, make you list them for me. You're serious. What's it? Leakage. BC. I'm watching 43. I'm watching 43 teachers.
I'm watching.
Yeah. What best serious me? Hey. What best serious me? We are not just serious.
Yeah.
We are not just serious. We are glorifying things. We know like things and what we actually.
And you know something. See, I don't know how our minds have been programmed to think that the invigilators who will be strict, not allowing you to do any unlawful act in the exams hall, we tend to call those people wicked.
They are very wicked.
The ordinary examination candidate views a strict invigilator who apply the rules to the latter as wicked. Those who are lax, who allow them to cheat, to do illegal stuff, they are those they praise. What kind of society do you want to build with this? If your BC candidate, 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds average, have this mindset, 13-year-olds, that people who ensure that the right thing is done are wicked, what kind of society will you be building? When you get the foundation wrong, when the foundation is weak, look, don't think that in future magic will happen so that people begin to have the right mindset. 13-year-old, you have 15-year-olds thinking that people who apply rules to the latter are wicked, and you think that you will build a good society. If you don't check the foundation of our being, if you don't check the foundation, what do you go and interview there?
No,
interview.
No, the point is,
Oh, invigilators, they were okay, they were cool. Hey! Invigilators, no, they won't even let you turn. They are wicked. Society that we are building with this mindset in 15-year-olds. Why this? But you see, if you think critically about the implications of such mindset in the minds of young people for the future, you will know that you don't have a country. Because they will see people who are strict on enforcing the laws, right things being done, as wicked people.
Okay, so this morning, just one thing from the newspaper. Let's turn our attention to education. I want us to look at something: education and accountability. Because across Ghana, Ghana schools and examination, one practice has remained. One has remained constant. One has remained constant: invigilation. But in the changing digital and technological era, we ask today, is invigilating still essential? Yenji Yehundi, ya bokrono ne frifia de akodru exam hall.
Yeah.
Enti okotro no watwotwo ne amagu na taso. Is it not about time for us to have a smart system to deal with this, to keep this menace?
Yeah.
There's a police promotional exam.
Yeah.
So you see, the ruin of a nation begins from the home.
Yeah, from the home.
Also, Omaya, the Akodru public service.
Yeah.
Promotion
Promotion
Hey, what sort of Ghana are we building?
Yeah.
Proverbs in the saying.
That's it. 2 weeks new.
Yeah.
2 weeks new. I was in a car with a lady, and I think she's a nurse.
Okay.
And she was talking about an exams they wrote in pharmacology. Pharmacology is one of the courses. And she was talking about how in the past exam she was able to cheat her way through, write things on her ties and stuff.
All kind of unfair.
I'm telling you, and I'm like, this girl, you don't even know who I am sitting here with you. You don't know me.
What's so you're citizen arrest? What train on here? Yeah, Jimmy certificate. You boom.
Only obi na ebon komo. And no say, hey, Andra Andra won't mean ponda nuti. Enya easy o. And to say last semester there it's mean trocho near me say oh. And I'm like, seriously, you do this and you are even talking about it in public. Let me show you
something. There's something I chanced on in one of the universities. I don't want to mention them. People contribute money.
Oh.
Contribute money and give it to.
Oh no, me say almost no was. If I won't exaggerate, if you pick 10 schools, at least when you're class 6 or 7 of them do what you are talking about.
They will contribute money and give it to them.
Yes.
To soften this.
Yes. I'm telling you the truth. And some of the schools look. Look, if you read me,
I don't read Pibonio, Papeti Gana Super.
Me say some of the schools, the heads of the institutions facilitate these collections from the students. I said, run out of Jerusalem. You are saying that you are coming from Rome.
No, me to meet now Ghana, sir.
Jesus. I say,
What part is
school
this?
authorities to make us say students say munko kan se mu maame na enye contribution
Na parents no so agiatum.
Oh.
That's what they go school so go suade.
Yes.
You see, because we have made our education exam education, not a skill education.
That is it. That's
the things we will see. Pass exam, baby. Now it's certificate.
And you see, all these things are a number of things contribute to it. Because if you are a school, a head of an institution, and you make sure that your teachers are teaching, there is learning taking place. You won't have to take money for an invigilator so that your students can pass. If you see, we allow for certain things. I always tell my siblings that if you are in school, you are not studying, you are not serious. A student who is in school and is not studying, a student who is in school and is not studying will grow to become a worker who is lazy. One example outside I'll give my siblings is that your mother is struggling to pay your fees. You not learning is just like your mother not working to pay your fees. You will call her irresponsible. The same way, if she is paying your fees and you are not learning, you are irresponsible. So learning the psychologists call something developmental task at every stage of your development and what you do. When you are a student, the developmental task, social developmental task at the time is for you to learn. When you become an adult, it is for you to work and get money. Once you are in school, your task is to learn. So if you are not learning and you are waiting to get to the exams hall and do some magic, illegal stuff and pass, you are irresponsible. Look, there is no human being on this earth. I study psychology. So some of the things I'm talking about, I can back them with facts. There is no human being, no matter how dumb you are, there is no human being on this earth who would commit themselves to studying at least 2 hours every day. That's when you are in high school. There is something called press. You study 2 hours a day at least. There is no human being, no matter how born, will commit 2 hours to study every day and will fail an exams. It will not happen. So students are failing exams because they are not studying. And if they are not studying, the consequence is for them to fail. Let's not design ways for them to pass. We are not helping their future.
We're not helping their future. 0537158638 is the numbers. We're turning our attention to various sectors of economy. We're destroying this nation. We're destroying the youth. There's no pathways. We are just building skyscrapers, making it fine-tuning things, and think we are building a nation. We don't have a pathway.
Yeah.
We don't.
They become lawyers and doctors and they exhibit incompetence. Then you, the one who helped them to get there, you be complaining. Of their incompetence. You aided them.
You know something? Yesterday when I was taking a walk and I met this young guy. He said, "Oh, he sees me late in the night taking a walk."
Okay.
And I said, "Yes." Then he said, he wanted to discuss something with me. I said, "What is it?" He said he's met this, I think the person is a lawyer. She's a lawyer in her early 40s.
Okay.
A person, the lady wants them to marry.
Okay.
But the only obstacle he has is that the lady said, they go out, they chill, they do everything. But she can't marry him because he has a child. And I'm saying, only preference, the preference, say, on Pobi or and just let it go. Make it simple for yourself. There's no hard feeling. Just wish her well. Let her go. Any connection now, just break it off, and then let it be. And don't make her your enemy. I see he can't. I'm saying you're best saying. If you can't, then stop worrying for me to give you a counsel. But the only thing I can say is, like somebody calling and say, and he came to me and I'm saying, if he says he's not interested, just say okay and move on.
That's why I say he will learn the hard way.
Because and I'm saying, and then where the 41 or 42. So obi wo baba akunti ompe no. Na ope obi a we di be 40 something on niba. Ene kwe. Kwe koto aso.
So some of the things we allow, even sometimes we aid, they come to hurt us. You've allowed people who didn't learn to pass their way through and become whatever. But now call hospital no more pioneer born in a wua. You see, when you think about what we do to ourselves, even teaching, we think teaching is that who are teaching your kids, who are teaching our kids. The teacher must be very knowledgeable. The teacher must be knowledgeable. Some of our teachers are shallow, excuse my language, some of them. Because we just allowed them, they just went through, proper learning.
No, did you see the over 42,000 teachers, unqualified teachers in our classroom?
You see, we just allowed them, we aid people, we just pass. No, there is consequence. If the person doesn't learn and gets there by some of these ways, they are incompetent. The incompetence is in them. They can't become competent overnight. There are few people who will be wise enough. So if someone is able to help me, even when I was not competent to get here, let me learn on the job and become better. There are some too, and no, they are there. They don't know anything. Because you aided them or you allow certain things at the initial stages. Or bewo pioneer bonnie, who do case command now on so and non co defend you lose money. You see, so there are consequences. I don't know. I have not really sat down to think about cheating in advanced societies, cheating in exams in advanced societies. But I wonder there will be cheating. I wonder, it is how our minds are programmed. I remember in school when we are writing exams and you cover, then you say, why should I open? You see, and it is the mindset we are keeping in our minds. So the people who ensure that the writing is done, they are wicked. The people and even pastors. Some of the prayers we are leading our people to pray in the church. It is not prayers that will cultivate integrity and hard work in them. No. So who tries and now call out Obia cover ni one person obi bed ni nua betiti or nipa ni dream one thing or you wicked. Why do we have this mindset? And it is the reason we will be here. If you don't change the fundamentals, go to Europe, go to America, the advanced societies. The things we are fighting here, they are basic stuff. Nobody needs to tell you that you don't cheat in exams. So it's basic. But here, I say a penny panel, we allow for certain things, yet we want to be at the same level of development with them. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. There is cost, there's an input and output. Or cut on one input, what you put in is what you get.
Garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, garbage out.
All right, so we've got just about 8 more minutes. We'll be having a first conversation this morning. We go to Senate this morning to have a conversation with Senate in the morning. So let's do the Chronicle. The Chronicles of Kwame Agboja split blood as contractors pocket 80 million Ghana Cedis mobilization fund but fails to execute big push project.
Contractors will say he's wicked. Who they say?
No, the point is that, you see, once maybe a single source, do better. One single source. Now buying the war, the part in the war, bam. One day, maybe a single source. I say, as contractor pockets 80 million Ghana Cedis mobilization fund, but fails to execute big push projects.
No, I just contract.
And I'm saying, no, a single source. Do you want to destroy our water bodies? No mining here. Achim Tafo Chief. MPP social intervention programs are on march or sign. So a big clubs go to the Achim Tafo Chief. And Proverbs 37:8 says, refrain from anger and turn from wrath. Do not faint. It leads only to evil.
Great.
Chronicles headlines.
All right. The Daily Graphic is next. Elizabeth Ofosue Jare is on the front page. Rubber processors demand export ban. FOB under declaration push industry. FOB under declaration push industry to brink. You can have. Let me take a sense of that story. Local rubber processors are seeking an outright ban on raw rubber exports to save the processing factories from total collapse. They said the industry was already starved of raw rubber, the main raw material for processing, despite heavy investments in establishment of the processing infrastructure. You can get the Daily Graphic, continue reading that story on the front page, and then finish on page 3. 44 busted over BEC exam center infractions. We have already spoken a lot about this one. NPA's Godwin Edudi Tamaklo on the front page. NPA pilots 24-hour economy in petroleum downstream. GCB Bank supports World Cup bid with 5 million Ghana cedis. These are the stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Truth and accuracy every day.
The Inquisitor has this banner headlines: Things Fall Apart, Part 2. GRA boss is hot for treating some oil companies with kid gloves. Cocoa board eyes new funding model for 2026-27 cocoa season with the CEO, Dr. Randy Abbey. Jaspon chairman makes strong case at African Forward Summit. 29 hospitals for nationwide launch of Mama Care, GMTF boss. That is Obobia Dako Opoku on the front page of the Inquisitor newspaper.
The BNFT Business Financial Times corporate securities value traded hits 2.8 billion Ghana cedi in 4 months. That is on securities. Banking, UBA tops industry with lowest bad loans. Showing strong risk control. See page 2 for that story. GCB Bank is here as well, donating 5 million to support the Black Stars as they prepare for their World Cup. Prime market rents, this is the big one on the front page. Prime market rents push traders to the brink. Unofficial goodwill payments up to 500,000 Ghana cedi demanded for prime location.
No, you know the anger I had yesterday when I had the education minister ask from a committee to probe the hostel fees.
Hey.
I just look at this. You people, you think that I'm for Ghana for Jimmy Fuana, because most of you have hostels, private hostels.
The politicians
don't mind them. Don't mind.
Hey.
Don't mind them.
A student is paying 10,000 Ghana
don't mind them.
per semester, 18,000
yes,
a year.
don't mind them.
2 in a room, 1 in a room.
Sometimes 4 in a room, and each person is paying like 18, 20K. Now I'm going to investigate what? When's this year dying? That's what I said. We should stop this sky line thing, blah, 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 beautiful, but the foundation is weak. If government has taken it upon itself to go into housing units, go to Europe. Government is running housing units. It's cheap until Komwa. What do be room?
So how do you?
Opia oko.
How do you?
Yes, I am back in private companies. No, we will not give them guarantees. It's in the
yeah.
So what is saying?
I read
So what is that? That is what is happening to us.
I read a very interesting article, perspective on this whole, hostel issue, and the person was saying that if we are not careful, because according to prevailing market situation, hostel running a hostel business is not lucrative.
It's not lucrative,
and so if we are going hard on how much they are charging and all of that, trying to control them, people will rather back out of the.
No, when people back out, who suffers?
And so, where would the students be?
That is the question. That's why I'm saying that.
Let's balance.
The point is this: once you don't have policies. This morning I said some things with the African proverbs, and then the proverbs for the day. When we don't set up policies, we don't get the foundations right, and we dress it like, oh, be okay, but behind the scene, things fall apart. The center will not hold; it will crumble.
Yeah.
That's exactly what is happening in all the sectors we find ourselves now. Thousands of people now, you may see many of the universities, thousands of people are entering into the university. Now we change the education system from what it was to where it is today. And we did not make plans. We changed this for political expedience. We did not make plan for it. Any year, Brenny. Because those times people go through education, once they're coming out, they have some skill.
Yeah.
Now you don't have that.
You don't.
Yeah, my technical education looked like for dropouts,
Yeah.
which was rather the backbone of running a nation. We make it look say, oh yeah, artisan, oh yeah, dropout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nipa and that is a mindset we carried. And we think we got the foundation right. We've destroyed, we don't have any good foundation as a nation. Yeah, Nibi. It's about time for us to sit down and tell ourselves the truth. And why? Let's turn around. Because look, if you go back, I don't know if you can say the good old days. When the Ghana we knew was this Ghana.
Meanwhile, we are supposed to be making progress.
But rather we are deteriorating, we are going back.
Yeah.
Kakra no so ayaye no. Ya say ni na. Say you can say koye tomatoes factory, you go no.
Oh.
You koye citrus, you koye sugar factory. A sea of how many years?
We no abeka.
And you go to my private. Oh yeah, ntombio. You go to citrus abego. Ya chichaman. What sort of behavior?
And the factory na you say, and na sugar na buy tuntum and na.
Where we be FNT? Daily guide. My duties at Eduboy's company not criminal. Policeman caged over 38K Momo vendor robbery. Ahmad Dumso post. Aguna West organizer released. MPP slams government. Kaswa trader killed. Suspect arrested. 306 voluntary repatriation. Attack on Ghanaians in SA. Daily Guide banner headlines.
The Ghanaian publisher, I will lead Ashanti NPP with humility. That is according to Coca. Bandit dares Raymond Archer. I can't wait for the NPP to have their elections. The party is serious. I said, honestly,
Friday, that is what we're going to do.
When you look at the NPP right now, no, we need leaders. The party needs I'm happy Paula Foko in there, Boache Jako is in there. We need voices who can speak, and voices when they speak, people will listen. The NPP is crying for survival, honestly. I mean,
no, but it happens. It's a face in every political party.
Yeah,
so it is not strange to me. It has to go through that formation form and then
that is why I said the party is an organism.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it has to go through all this turbulence to come back strong again. So it will work out.
I can't wait. We need a better opposition.
Where we? Banji dares for Raymond Archer publish Yamin
Galamsey report. See page 2 for that story. Time for African solutions. That is according to Jaspon. Government borrows.
Jaspon, Ghana Mujini. Sometimes, I don't get it. I really don't get it. No, I really don't get it. No, I really don't get it. If you're Africa, it's just becoming rhetoric. It's becoming one too many. How? People are not even getting water to bath. People are not getting electricity. Look at how sanitation is choking out that we can turn sanitation into a very big business in Ghana. It may be a fee.
Government borrows 120 billion Ghana cedi in 4 months. See page 6 for that story. The final one I will take on the Ghanaian publisher front page this morning. on the Eduboyin trial, ASL not involved in criminal activities, according to state witness. That will also be on page 3 of the Ghanaian Publisher.
PCR senators in. We're going for a break. When we return, we'll be talking Senate. I said MCR in here already. When the MCR for you. Okay, so whilst waiting for MCR to take it off, let's do the observer. As this stop inciting what? Party supporters against government appointees. Erika J cautions Banji. Power say power.
What's the name? The secretary, the executive secretary to the president, authored a very interesting article sometime last week, and basically calling on people who have presidential ambition to slow down, because there is a current obligation. Ghanaians are giving the party what's the name? I'm looking for the term. A mandate
4 years
to prosecute. And they are they are not even a year and a half into the 4 years. So if what's the name? The interest is now on the next election, and people are trying to push their agenda and all of that, neglecting the mandate that is currently at hand, it may go against them. And I feel like this is the president's sentiment that is being expressed
by
his secretary. I feel strongly that the president is worried about what is going on, because look, the chief of staff is involved. The chairman of the party is involved. The finance minister is involved. These are three.
The vice president. The education minister.
Look, so
the foreign minister.
You have people who are supposed to help you prosecute your mandate, your agenda.
You know, we did an article here, and I asked a simple question: is this thing not going to take the attention of governance into politics? I
think the president should take a definite stand.
No, he can't take it. It's a party that votes.
No. I mean, if you want, Alan Chamanti did something. I'll commend him. In 2022, early 2020, I think late 2022, when he knew that he was going to contest for the 2024 election, he resigned. And all day GTP, GTP. Great transformation or agenda or action or something. Great transformation plan. He knew he was going to contest, so he resigned. So if you want to become the next leader in the NDC, resign from your post. Then we know that.
Are you following Fifi Kwete?
You can't be in that position instead of prosecuting.
And don't just in Jinan Cranim to
Cranny. The idea sounds like this. Everything you will be doing. The disadvantage is that if it's not controlled, right? Everything we'll be doing, will be geared towards your own agenda.
All right, so let them set the agenda. Let's set the agenda for this morning. We're going to Snake this morning. We're going to have a conversation, a big one. The things you need to know when you talk about Senate cry about me. We'll be back right after this break.
MBN Jasuni Fremi Ejahima Sawupa Sawuba MBN Jasua Fremi was 0245 88 2128 MBN Jasu coming home na yendi eja at the right place.
is saying them, do you lack anything? And they said, we lack nothing. I pray that this will be your story. As you live for God and you work for God and you support God's work, you will look back and say, I have lacked nothing in my life. We want to thank God and thank God again that Friday is a night of prayer, prophetic night, healing night, the Word of God night, and worship night. Every Friday in Maranatha Power Ministries. And I'm inviting you, beloved, if we don't realize the warfare we are in, the devil will defeat you as a child of God. And the most strangest things and unfortunate things in the church today is good believers who are weak. You are good, but you are weak spiritually. God wants you to be strong because he says in Ephesians chapter 6 verse 10, he says, finally my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. You see, there are certain battles you cannot win in the day. This Friday and every Friday, I'm inviting you to Maranatha Power Ministries for breakthrough night, signs and wonders night, prophetic night, healing night, deliverance night, and salvation night. Let me see you this Friday. If you want more direction, telephone numbers on the screen. Please call. And also, you can watch me on MBN TV every time we are having service. And also watch me and be with me on all the social media platforms you will see on the screen. Remember this, Jesus prayed in the night. Even the Son of Man prayed all night. It's our time. God bless.
Break. Are you still live on the Morning Focus, live and direct from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. I did mention today is Wednesday, corporate affairs. We're going into the corporate world. We want to have some conversation with the people that give us service, but we don't understand what service they are providing. And yes, I'm not confusion. I am basa. So we need to be able to tailor what we do as a people and then turn it around to understand exactly what is going on in the service that we've been provided for. Then we can ask the questions and then we can get answers. Because I said this morning that we shouldn't let the building look all the skyscrapers, but beneath the skyscraper, the foundations are not really good. But we really want to get the foundations right. Once you get it right, then you are good to go. And that is really what makes it a wonder. And that is what will make it refreshing for all of us to be on the same page, so that when this is Senate, you understand what it is, not just what it is, but also understand the nitty-gritties as to what they do, how they function. Then you can also call the shot, not just having knowledge and applying wisdom, preparing for it, but not waiting until something happened before you start going around looking for help. But you know exactly what you are looking for and what you stand for. Then you can make informed a decision. And that brings us to a very important segment on a Wednesday. We did promise you since last month that every Wednesday you're going to have someone from the corporate world joining us to speak with us, to open things up to us, to make us understand some basic stuff. Then we can pick it up from there. And this morning, I have a very beautiful Mrs. She joins us. We've been talking on phone back and forth. To get her to come was also another another thing we can discuss maybe next year. It comes with its own pros and cons. It's an echon. Yes, it's an echon. Danny, Ebashe, even craft for her to come, it has to take some miracles. But thank God she is here for us to have a conversation this morning. And she is Mrs. Jemima Kabute, who joins us this morning all the way from Smith. Yeah, you know, today our attention to one of the most important pillars of Ghana. So good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
It's good to see you. Finally, I've seen the face behind the voice I always communicate with. The back and forth. And I had to go through here. You have to go through here.
But we are here.
You need to see clearance before you come. Bernard, it's not easy. This work, you have to do some. But we thank God that today we turn our attention to one of the most important pillars of Ghana's social protection system, pensions and retirement security. Many workers contribute every month, yet still have questions about what happens to their money, how the system works, what benefits they are entitled to in the long term. To help us understand clearly, we are joined by the representative. He's a public relations. She's a very big woman. She's a very big woman. Very big woman. Social Security and National Insurance Trust Senate. And this conversation is important, not just for formal sector workers, but also for the self-employed, the next generation of Ghana's workforce. We'll be breaking down the structure of the pension system under Act 766, how contributions are made, what benefit members receive, and how workers can secure dignified retirement. So let's begin. To begin with, many people hear about Senate, but many not fully understand its role. What exactly is Senate? And what is your core mandate as an organization?
Okay. Thank you very much. Regards and greetings to your viewers and listeners.
Because we are across the entire country in West Africa.
Okay.
And people watching us live across the world via our internet, social media on MBN 360. So as you are here, you are both on digital and satellite.
And satellite. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
So when you hear of SNIT or Social Security and National Insurance Trust, it's basically a public institution mandated by law in this country, Ghana, where SNIT is taxed by the law to secure the future of workers. When we are securing futures, we are securing incomes as well. So when we are all working, we are actively in our energetic stages working, there will be a time where we'll go old and weak and we'll be frail. So at that point, SNIT comes in to pay you what we call the monthly pensions. So we are, or SNIT is the basic administrator for social protection, responsible for paying monthly pensions till you die. So this is how it works. As an institution, we collect contributions on behalf of employees and then employers themselves, as well as self-employed persons. So I'm happy you mentioned that not for only formal sector workers, because we are for everybody in Ghana, as long as you are a worker in Ghana, which is why even foreigners who work in this country also forms part of the scheme. They also pay Social Security. So in short, when these contributions are collected, records are kept, and then these funds are invested. Ultimately, when the time is due for anyone to go on retirement or the otherwise, when I say otherwise, there are other contingencies that happen when people have to receive SNIT benefits. So as we go along, it will come up and I'll explain.
They will come up and you will explain. I told you she's a very big woman. You know, this discussion bring us to the legal frame because it's important to know what really established the Act 766. I mean, for the benefit of my audience, what is Act 766, and then what does it aim to achieve?
All right. So the National Pensions Act 2008 is the same as Act 766.
Okay.
As I mentioned in my opening lines, I said that the law mandates us. So everything we do as an institution is mandated by law. And this Act 766 has three umbrellas, or three segments. It has the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, or first tier, second tier, third tier. I mean, I'm sure you might have heard it before. So whenever you hear first tier comes to mind, then it is SSNIT. First tier, SSNIT represents first tier. Second tier is for private fund managers. Third tier is also private fund managers. However, first tier and second tier are mandatory or compulsory under the Act 766 or the Pensions Act. So that when an employee is working, the law mandates or compels an employer to pay on behalf of the employee, both for Tier 1 and Tier 2, but Tier 3 is voluntary. You can decide to join or not.
Also, tier 3 is voluntary.
Yes.
So, but Tier 1, Tier 2 is
are
mandatory.
Yes.
According to the Act 666.
Act
Now,
766.
Act 766 or the 2008,
Yes,
right?
National
Now,
Pensions.
if under the law, if I'm employed, I mean, how much is contributed by my employer, and what is the responsibility of my employee?
Great. So this is how it works. Let me start from Tier 3. For Tier 3, contributors or workers have up to 16.5% to contribute on. And that access is given to every employee to do a partial withdrawal, more or less. So it has that, let me say, SUSU scheme.
That is for the Tier 2.
For 3.
For Tier 2.
Yes, it has that option where you could do some partial withdrawals. But for Tier 1 and Tier 2, sorry, it's basically geared towards your retirement income or pension. So unless, of course, you have retired, then you cannot access those funds. So Tier 2 and Tier 1, it has a total percentage of 18.5. So once you are working with an employer, the employer is supposed to deduct 5.5% from your basic salary. And
not the gross.
No.
But from the basic.
The basic salary underlined, because people take fat allowances, huge allowances. But we do not, the law doesn't allow state contributions to be paid on allowances. So
it's based on your
basic.
Okay.
So if you pay the person, let's say, for example, 500 cedis, my math is not too correct, but 5.5% of 500 cedis, I'm sure we'll be looking around, is it 55 cedis or 550 pesos? I'm not too sure. And then the employer is supposed to pay 13% of that 500 cedis from its own coffers, not from the employee's money. And then it comes up to 18.5. Now, when we get this 18.5%, the employer decides which second-tier fund manager.
So it means that from the 500 cedis, 5.5
is taken from the employee's salary.
Which is about 27 cedis, 50 pesos.
Okay. Well, we want to use the 500.
The 500 cedis.
Good. And then the employer is supposed to.
Is the employer also paying the 13%
based on the 500?
Based on the 500 cedis.
Yes.
From their contribution.
Yeah.
So it means that if the employer is also paying 13%, that's 65 cedis.
Yeah.
So he adds it to the 27.5 and pays to
SSNIT. And in this case, you realize that the employer's portion is actually the bigger portion.
Yeah, which is the 65 cedis from the 500 cedis.
So because of this, most employers, particularly the private ones, do not want to be loyal to the scheme or do the right thing as mandated by law, because you see that they are even paying like twice, or let me say more than twice the.
Why so?
Because that is what the law says.
The law says.
Yes. And as long
as you engage the person, yes, you need to pay 13%.
Once there is an employer-employee relationship and you are paying salaries, it has to be commensurated with payments of state contributions. Okay. Yes. That's
so let's say if there's a one-to-one answer, just on a temporary basis, you engage someone now do you pay Senate?
Okay. So in the kind of work that we do, there's nothing like volunteer answer. There's nothing like contract workers. There's nothing like a short-term worker. There's nothing like on probation. No, as long as you engage the person and the person even.
So let's say if you engage the person today, you need to pay Senate.
Yes, because you have employed the person and you have paid salary.
So the person has a right to demand Senate to be paid.
Of course, and we say this all the time that people have to be so close to us. When I say us, to be close to Senate. When you come and you blow the whistle and you report your employer, it's not a bad thing. You're actually trying to make sure that
safeguard your future.
You're safeguarding your future. Yes. So tell us, and then we'll use our professionalism to get it done for you. So as I was saying, when we get the 18.5%, the employer decides to decides where he wants the second tier funds to go. That one is not under SNET. Everything's second tier, third tier is not SNET.
It goes to a private entity.
As an employer,
out of the 18.5,
the employer takes 5% to a second tier fund manager of their choice. So if you ask me right now who your second tier fund manager is, I won't be able to tell you.
But you know, for my first
year. For a first year. So
and how much goes to the Senate?
Senate will have 13.5.
13.5
out of the 18.
Also, the 5.5 that come from the employer's
the
employees' basic salary goes to the tier 2.
Yes.
And the 13.5, which the employer gives, goes to.
So employer gives 13. Deducts 5.5 from employees' salary.
And get it to second tier.
We get a total of 18.5. But when remitting to SNET, there's a 5% added to the 13 to SNET, and then 5%.
So more or less, I'm contributing only 0.5 to the 13, which my employer is given to SNET.
Exactly.
And then the 5% goes to
the second tier fund manager. So when it gets
and these are all mandatory.
Mandatory. So when it gets to SNET, for the 13.5, the law also mandates us as an institution to remit 2.5 to National Health Insurance, which is why every SNET contributor or pensioner does not pay the premium that any ordinary person would have paid.
Because already you're contributing 2.5%.
There's a portion of yours that comes to us, exactly. Wow. So the SNET ultimately manages 11% of your contributions for you, so the payment of any benefit is due. So this is how it works.
Well, at least this comes with a lot of benefits. So it's important for every worker, former, informal entrepreneur, to get enrolled with.
You know what? I keep on saying that if we even put away, or we put aside the fact that the law allows us to collect contributions for workers in this country, ask yourself, how do you want to see yourself in the next 30, 40, 50 years? How do you want to enjoy old age? Do you want to be destituted? Do you want to be
traveling around,
globetrotting,
going to Maldives,
sipping some wine,
going to some Solomon Islands, and going to the Bahamas?
You understand?
You
understand the assignment.
You'll be watching things. But some barbecue,
of course, but not to become a bother to.
I mean, you having fun and waiting for that to come.
If this is what you want, then for me, as an entrepreneur, as a self-employed person, your own CEO, we have contributors on our scheme from Abusokai Markets.
Wow.
The spare parts dealers. Yes.
Wow.
Okainshi, Makola, a lot of them. We have it, yes. We have these Uber drivers, Okada, and all that. One thing that's interests people is that they do not know that out of this engagement, they get to know that, so when I'm even doing my own job, I can also go on retirement just as the person in the formal sector. So to have a dignified pension and then be retired in your old age and have peace of mind, it is for everyone. So the SNET scheme is for every worker in Ghana and not Ghanaian workers.
Right, so it's for every worker, whether you are non-Ghanaian, as long as you work on this land, you can contribute to SNIT. But we always hear that pension schemes are seen as a long-term. Are they short or immediate benefit members can also assess?
Okay, so I will speak for the SNIT scheme as a pension system.
Okay.
Our duty is to secure incomes, not an investment scheme. Okay. And these incomes are being secured in the contingency of old age, that's retirement, invalidity or death. So if you are not on retirement and you are not receiving your old age pension, there's something we call the invalidity pension.
Okay.
I don't know if you've heard about it before. So if you are incapacitated or declared medically unfit by a medical practitioner, you provide that medical report to SNIT, and SNIT also assesses you with with a medical board assessment team. Once they okay you and declare you as unfit or permanently disabled, it could be psychologically, physical, whatever it is that the condition is, you are put on pension as though you are on 60. You have attained the retirement age of 60. So the youngest invalid pensioner we have on our payroll is a 33-year-old young man. And the highest paid invalid pensioner is actually receiving 19,000 cedis monthly as their monthly pension, not yearly. The look on your face, it looks like you want me to...
No, because the point is actually there's this public perception that says that SNIT pensions are low, with some retirees reportedly receiving around 300 Ghana cedis monthly. How do you respond to this concern?
Point of correction. There is no pensioner on our payroll as we speak who receives 300 cedis. The lowest pensioner receives 400 cedis.
It's so low.
It is not low. Can I explain?
Explain.
It is not low because... SNIT's scheme is a defined scheme.
Okay.
What you put in is what you get. So if you declare an amount of, say, 4,000 to us, whereas you're actually receiving a 12,000, you are doing your own self. And some people receive fat allowances, as I said. If you are able to get your employers to consolidate these allowances into your basic salaries, it goes a long way to help you get, let me say, a fatter or a bigger pension. If, for example...
So Rana, you are bringing me to the level where at least the importance of consolidating all your allowances and your salaries together. So at least you, at the end of the month, when you are being paid, you get a very good money.
Exactly. We had a situation where a medical doctor once visited our headquarters some years back and insisted on having a discussion with our Director General then. And his problem was, I was taking home 12,000. How is it that this is my take home as a pensioner? And he was sat down and was taking through. Apparently his allowance was 8,000 cedis. And his salary was 4,000. So in his mind, SNIT has cheated him. He never knew. We had to take him through, which is why platforms like this are important, so that we do continuous engagement. And again, we want to let people understand that when you contribute a little longer than, let me say, the minimum number of months you are supposed to contribute. So minimum, what can I allow someone to get a monthly pension? Minimum contribution is 15 years, equivalent to 180 months.
180 months.
That's minimum.
Meaning that you need to contribute for
15 years.
What if the person doesn't make the 15 years?
Okay, so if the person is unable to make the 15 years, this is how it works. You must have done minimum 15 years, and then you must have been 55 years and above. It's a qualifying condition. Okay. So, for example, if you have attained the age of 55 years and above, and you have done, say, 12 or 13 years, we can advise that maybe you find yourself in a certain workspace or income, income generating activity that you can continue. But if you are in a fix and you cannot continue, we won't force you. We are going to give you what we call the old age lump sum. The old age lump sum is not the lump sum that is being paid by the second tier fund managers.
Okay.
The second tier fund managers are supposed to pay you a one-time payment lump sum bulk when you go on retirement, whereas SNIT puts you on a monthly pension. But this old age lump sum from SNIT is like a return of your contributions plus interest because you did not make the 15 years. So when that is done and you take that money home, we are done with you.
You take the person off the monthly stuff.
Yes, because
unless
you didn't.
So all people receiving SNIT allowances now,
SNIT, my monthly pension
are people who've done 15 years
and above
in the workspace.
Yes.
Wow.
So this is basically what, if you might have heard it before, what we call the pension right. So pension right is basically the number of years that you have worked. You see, so for any additional year, it gives you a percentage of 1.125. But if you have done 15 years, it's minimum percentage of 37.5 of your.
That's huge.
Yes, and then up to 60% of your working life.
Well, 0537158638 and then the pension wage SNIT. It's a corporate every Wednesday, corporate affairs, which is now so in terms of the maiden company, events and corporate institute that started affairs with. Do bet me our friend 0537158638. What question will be our person will be sir? Koye no kuno to be Mrs. Jemima Ofori. Is it Jemima Ofori?
Kabute. You know, and the Kabute. Ofori is fine.
Okay, she loves to become Mrs. Ofori, right?
Jemima Ofori.
Jemima Ofori. Okay, she wants to be called Jemima Ofori, so I'll refer to her as Jemima Ofori. And then, we just have some few minutes to pick some phone calls. I'll go to Bernard. I know Bernard has been asking this question. I think we debated this question, and I did promise that my first corporate institution will be SNIT. And lo and behold, I've been able to fulfill that dream for him. But before I go to him, I just want to find out. Recently, I saw SNIT introduce something called the virtual branch. What is it? What is all about this virtual branch? What is the purpose? What is the innovations that are being rolled out to improve member convenience?
Okay. So when I started, before we started the discussion, you said that you are all over digital satellites and all of that.
We are across the country.
So virtual branch for SNIT is also
this is a national television.
National television, great. I'm humbled. So our virtual branch is also more or less our digital channel. So our online channel.
Okay.
For convenience and for every customer, contributor, member, or clients that we have on our scheme. We are saying that people do not have time now. People have very busy and tight schedules. So our virtual branch is just a call away. You call us on 0302 611 622 or 0308-048-611, 0302-611-622, or 0308-048-611. Everything you would have done in a physical branch, call our virtual branch.
Yeah, and I think I can applaud your team for that. I remember I was somewhere, I needed a SNIT number, but I was trying to find it around.
So you called us.
So,
hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my name is Arnold. I'm calling from Bolgatanga.
Okay, Arnold from Bolgatanga. Arnold, let's hear you. What question do you have from Mrs.?
A question to her.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, we're listening to you, Arnold.
Yes. I'm working at Tanzania in Apai, and the SNIT people came to our office last week. So we went to assess for our tier 2, and the company has said that they are not aware of us. But in our pay slip, there's reduction of tier 2 every month. Some of the workers are working for 5 years, me, I'm 2 years now. But they are saying they are not aware of this our contribution. The company is not aware. And I don't know why, how we assessing this kind of, how we can solve this problem.
All right, I think Madam will take note of it, and then probably we'll do a follow-up with a branch in Volga to get to your company to really. What's the name of the company again? I think the caller is gone off. But you can also call if you have any question in mind, 0537158638. We just got some few minutes. We're wrapping up and we'll bring you another big conversation this morning. I've told you, this week is packed. The whole month had started very well with us. We're going to continue doing this with Senate and other corporate institutions to bring that awareness to your very homes and wherever you find yourself. And this morning we have the singular honor having the public relations officer. Hello, good morning.
They asked the name of the company. The name of the company is L Group International.
L Group International. All right. Thank you so much, sir. We're grateful all the way from the Upper East region. If you also have a question, you can send it to us. I've got just a few minutes to wrap it up. But I was asking this, you've explained the virtual thing, but how important it is. I mean, what are the key steps should workers take today to ensure that they receive strong and sustainable pension in the future?
Okay. So first of all, I mentioned that the Act 766 has three umbrellas, Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. The framers of the law found it wise that it's important to secure your income in diverse avenues. So whilst you are contributing to Tier 1, which is NET, which will pay you your monthly pensions, you would mandatorily also contribute to Tier 2. That will give you your bulk amount of money on lump sum. And then an avenue for Tier 3 also.
Okay, just hold on. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm Patrick Remy, BJKT3, BJKT3, Sankori,
Sankori.
I'm a boy, I'm a
you hear Darcy DJ on your Fred Boy Abaso to have this corporate thing done on the Wednesday. We are grateful unto you from Sankori in the Bono region. 0537158638. Yes.
Yes, as I was saying, when you are able to channel your funds towards these three umbrellas, it cushions you. Again, I mentioned consolidation of allowances into basic salaries, very important. So if you are watching or listening to me and you belong to a unionized group or in your company organization, or you are able to put together, let me say, a process where you are working and your voices could be heard, and you'll be able to let your employers know that you would rather that your allowances are consolidated. It goes a longer way to beef up, yes, beef up your...
It goes a longer way to beef up your Senate contributions and also the sums of money you receive monthly when you go on retirement. Now let me go to Bernard. Bernard has a very burning question. And this question where he asked me that question, I gave him an answer, but I wasn't speaking for Senate then. But I still gave him an answer. I don't know whether my answer was right, but today I don't know whether I'll be exonerated because of the answer I gave. Let's hear you, Bernard.
Thank you very much, madam. Thanks for coming. Before I ask that question, I would like to know, for the Tier 2, you mentioned that the company decides which fund management they are going to be dealing with. So I know recently you've been championing, calling for people in the informal sector and self-employed and all those people to also register with the scheme. What about those people? How do they go about their Tier 2 contribution? Would they have to speak to the fund managers themselves, or can SNIT help in that regard?
Okay, so everything Tier 2 doesn't sit with SNIT. So with the self-employed persons, the payment of Tier 2 is not necessarily mandatory for them. However, because I just explained, when you are securing your future incomes, you want it to spread across so that you have a better pension. So we advise that they get their own second tier or Tier 2 fund managers so that they can also be contributing the percentages in there. So when they go on pension, they are also just like you and I who receive our monthly pensions and then go for the bulk money as well.
Okay, so the bulk is what the fund managers
yes
give.
And you are actually expected to receive statements just like SNIT does quarterly statements. You are supposed to be receiving statements from your Tier 2 fund managers. If you don't, then please you have to
It's been
ask
a long time I received anything.
ask your HR or whoever, the CEO employer on that schedule to let you know who your second tier fund managers are. It's very important. And let me say that it's also, people do not know this, that you are eligible or you are allowed to be transferring your tier 2 funds as and when you change jobs. It's allowed.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you mean by transfer?
All right. Let me pick a caller. When we deal with the transfer. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Your name, where you viewing us
Yes.
from?
Yeah, my name is Nee.
Okay, Nee. Nee, let's hear you.
Yeah. Please, I want to find out, like, 15 years of working is being like, what I know is 24 months, 240 months. That you qualify for need.
No, it's in the
So I'm trying to ask if you have worked more than the other day. I checked my month. It's like 300 and something months. So and I'm still working. So what is the next stage of my contribution?
Okay. I think Madam have gotten your question.
I'm still working and I've worked more than the 15 years.
All right. So she'll give you an answer then when she finished answering the question Bernard asked.
So Bernard, transferring your second tier funds simply means that if you find yourself changing jobs, there is a possibility where your new or your current employer might have a different fund manager. You can decide to leave employer A's tier 2 funds in the previous ones whilst you continue, or you'd want to move onto your current. Yeah, the law allows.
Okay, the law allows.
So my final question. So I don't know how it is done. So for instance, if a contributor dies at 60 exactly, I mean, just that is the case of my dad, unfortunately. He died just 6 months after retiring from service. And I know that recently I heard that retirees are supposed to update their info with SNED, otherwise their contributions will stop.
Their pension.
Their pension, would stop coming through, which means they would assume the person is passed. In that case, for somebody who, say, actually received the monthly payment for just like few months before they pass, what does the scheme do? I mean, does it mean that once they pass, that is it?
No.
Or their beneficiaries can...
All right, so this is not a problem at all. It's not a problem, which is why when you rejoin the scheme with us, we entreat that you do what we call the nominee updates or beneficiary records.
Okay.
So even in pension or during pension, people can actually pass. We know people can even pass 3 days after they go on retirement. So once you are going on retirement, we ask you to update your records as well. In that vein, when the person dies, we go to pull out the records and pay those people. Now, in your dad's case, for example, let me even round it up to he dying at age 61. And the law says that you should be able to live up to age 75. Okay. It does not mean we'll stop paying you. By that age, you would have finished, let me say, enjoying your own money, and they'll now need to continue to pay you on the insurance because it's risk pooling. Okay. However, between the 75 and the 61, if death occurs, we deduct the age as a death from the 75. So we have something we call unexpired pension. If he were alive, we would have given it to him on a monthly basis, but because he's dead, we bulk that amount and give to his beneficiaries. You are coming here.
So I got it right.
You got it right.
Oh, I got it right.
But don't be too sure. You'll be shocked when you get there. You are not a beneficiary.
He's a beneficiary.
Are you sure?
I was seeing the lenses. Yeah.
Don't be too sure. Otherwise, you'll be surprised. So that's how it works.
That's great. Great.
And let me use this opportunity, because we have people who are bedridden, are sick, are not mobile, they are not able to move. People have had to give authority notes, clearance letters, their ATM cards to family and relations. And so even when the sorry, the people pass on, they refuse to come and report the death and still use those authorities to withdraw monies for these pensioners. Because of that, we have revised our pensioner certificate renewal policy, where we are saying that, you know what, now when someone goes on pension at age 60, every year in their birth month, we want to verify the person. Because if you want to wait till that 75 years, most chances the nominated or the right people who were supposed to, as it were, originally enjoy the deceased member's benefits will be sitting somewhere, and somebody who is actually not the legal person to have benefited will be drawing the money in bits.
Well,
please allow me a final.
No, do a final.
In the event that the contributor or the retiree did not inform the family who is the
beneficiary.
Who is there?
Can probably immediate family come to SNIT to verify that information? Will SNIT be willing to give out that information to say the widow or widower or a child, if they come, that, oh, a mother or father died and we didn't know who is their beneficiary? Would you want to tell us?
The answer is a big no. We won't tell you because this nominee updates or records is just as making a will in a general sense. You go and see a lawyer and do a will. You don't let anybody follow you. It's secret, very confidential. Otherwise, we are in Africa. If I tell you that I've used you as my beneficiary, you will ensure that my death is facilitated. So I won't come and tell you, you understand? And we as an institution won't also tell you, which is why you can't just walk into our office and say, my mother is dead.
No, I mean, in this case, if the person passes.
Yes, it passes.
You don't know who is the beneficiary.
Oh, it's not a problem. Give us evidence of the person who has passed. Okay. Let us do our own investigations. We will find out who the people are.
And when we find out, we'll definitely call the people who are the beneficiaries.
Yes, we'll interrogate, we do field investigations. Do you know that?
You see, I know.
He understands our job.
Charlie, my viewers today, people forgive me some.
Oh yeah, but it's great. I mean, just this week, yes, I do individual contribution. I realized that.
So like December, a self-employed.
Yes, a self. So after December, it was not renewed. I thought it was auto renewal. So I waited January, February. Said no, the thing is not renewed. So I had to call, and yes, just there I was home when the renewal was done, so that I can now contribute. I think
so. Now you can even do it with our USSD code on Momo, *711*9#. Immediately you pay, you get an alert. And we send quarterly statements too. So when you update your records with us, you'll be there and you hear ping.
Yeah, I do get the statement.
All right, so that brings me to a bit of a wrapping up on this conversation. But some young workers feel pensions are far away and uncertain. Now, how is SNIT rebuilding trust among young or the youth who prefer instant income over long-term savings?
Okay, so let me simply answer this question.
Simple.
Very simple. If you are growing your business or you are ensuring that you are getting some huge monies, it's good, it's not bad. How about ensuring your future? It's a very big question left to all of us.
The big question.
Yes, because a lot of people see pension or retirement very far away. Yeah. They think that, well, let me start thinking about pension from 50 or 55. But I'm even amazed at my own self that I can't believe I've been working for the past 17 years already, as I sit here.
Wow.
Yes, so if that is the case for me, then pension is not far. It's actually close.
It's actually close. And finally, the answer to the man's question.
Okay, the man's question is from Bolga. If it's tier 2, as I said, I won't have an answer.
No, the second.
For it.
I think
I didn't even touch on the Bolga question. So the first one, maybe off air, we should have a discussion. It wasn't so clear, but what I want to understand is that if they went to our office and they are not too sure their employer is paying for them after their registration, then they should report and let us do the needful. Okay. Otherwise, what he or she has to do is to get, if they've been employed, get an appointment letter, and as soon as possible, come and register with us. But as I said, off here we can discuss more. And then with The one who says he's worked for more than 15 years and is still working, yes, as I said, because the minimum contribution you will have to do to qualify for pension is 180 months, equivalent to 15 years. People think that when they hit 15 years, then they have to stop working. That's not the case.
So he said he's done almost about.
Did I hear 240?
The 300.
300. So, sir, if you are listening or still watching, continue the payment till you are due for retirement. And then,
if you think you are between the
55 and 60,
and you still want to stop.
Yeah, you can stop. You are allowed to come for your funds with us.
All right. And the final words to Ghanaian workers and especially the youth on securing their retirement future.
All right. What I would say is this. If you are enjoying life without putting into consideration what the future will be like, then my advice is that contribute to the SNAI scheme and have a dignified pension, have peace of mind, so that you don't become a burden onto your friends and relations when you are old.
Madam Jemima Ofori, MBN TV, with my entire production team, once a big thank you for joining us on today's corporate conversation on SNIT and the importance of why we need SNIT. And as we bring today's conversation to a close, one message stands clear. Retirement planning is not a future issue. It is a present responsibility. From understanding the mandate of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust to the framework of Act 766/2008 and the realities of contribution and benefit, it is evident that every worker financial future is shaped by the decision they made today. Pensions are not just deduction on a pay slip, they are as promise of dignity after years of service and labor. We have also explored concerns around contribution levels, pension inadequacy, the complaints, and also the growing need to strengthen trust and transparency. We've touched on all this within the system. There is not just institutional challenge, there are national conversations that affect every working Ghanaian. So every worker watching, whether in the formal or informal sector, the key message remains simple. Secure your future now, not later. On behalf of MBN TV, we say thank you to Madam Jemima Ofori from SNIT for sharing light on this important issue. We thank you to our viewers, our contributors, those who call us with us and engage in the conversation. So keep your questions coming and stay informed, stay responsible about your future. This is MBN TV. We'll see you in our next discussion day. We go for a break. When we come back, like I said, there's another big conversation waiting for you. Stay with us.
introduce you to Farm Global Company Limited. At Farm Global, we offer you variety of groceries and provisions to choose from. Cosmetics, perfumes, bed sheets, undies, boxes, you can mention all. This is our perfume stand, and we have variety of perfumes you can choose from for yourself and your loved ones. We cover Latapa, fragrance world, and quality perfumes that will last long on your body. On our cosmetic section, we have variety of lotions, creams, hair pomades that can keep you going. Let your feet do the talking and your hand do the showcasing. Your babies are not left out. We got you covered. At Farm Global, we make shopping a beautiful experience for you and your family. You can be at home, send your list, and get it delivered for free. Yes, for free. We know you can pay for it, but we want to show appreciation. We bring everything to you at your doorstep. Locate Farm Global on the Nungwabuade Road, just opposite Redeemer Chemist. Call us on 0592 0999 52 or 050-384-3633. Farm Global, fast, reliable, and convenient.
Hello once again and welcome back into the studios. We're live from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate. It's still the morning focus, and just gone by we had a convo with Snit on a corporate hour every Wednesday. So we'll make sure that every Wednesday we'll get you a corporate entity to speak to us. Will it be GRA or will it be GRA next, or will it be who? Who do you think it will be? Guess.
Ghana Water.
Yeah.
I know once you bring Ghana Water here,
Trouble
we
with
just
Ghana.
need the show for the viewers.
People are waiting.
All we do ECG.
Oh, easy.
Oh, that's we leave that for the viewers, right? All right, so we now shift our attention to one of the most pressing challenges confronting Ghana today: youth unemployment and the promise of a digital economy. Across the country, we have seen a growing wave of government-led digital initiatives, training, programming, innovation hubs, and tech-driven job creation policies. And these efforts are being positioned as a pathway to the future. A bridge between education and employment is rapidly changing global economy. But the critical question remains: are these initiatives truly creating sustainable jobs, or are they building expectation that the system may not yet be able to absorb? Joining us to respond to this concern from the perspective of the ruling National Democratic Congress, the NDC, is the representative, the man himself. He was supposed to be here, was it on Monday, right?
Yes.
And what happened to him? He was supposed to be here with us on Monday. Circumstances beyond his control.
Yes.
So we have Musa
So I
Saidu.
apologize for viewers on that.
No,
day.
that's okay.
All right.
So we have with us Musa Saidu.
Yes.
He's the ward coordinator, Kroonwa, for the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. Today we'll be asking the tough questions about scale, impact, sustainability, and whether Ghana's digital agenda is delivering real economic relief or simple digital promise. In an economy where graduates continue to increase and formal jobs remain limited, can digital transformation realistically absorb Ghana's unemployed youth, or are we witnessing a digital illusion? The question we'll be looking at. digital jobs or digital illusion. Like I said, Musa Seidu speaks for, there is a ward coordinator, Crow constituency, Numwa. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Morning Focus.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, by the grace of God.
Great. Now, government has promoted digital transformation as a key job creation strategy. I mean, what specific policies are currently driving digital jobs creation under the NDC administration, the party you speak for?
Well, I think to start with, I would like to thank and greet my Zongo chief, Alhaji Hussein Moro, who is on his way to Hajj.
Okay.
Fully sponsored by our Member of Parliament and Gender Minister, Honorable Agnes Namumolati. We thank her too. We cannot have this discussion if we don't go back and check the real issues that is confronting the youth as we speak. We are all parents. Some are becoming parents. Some are already parents. Some are also grandparents. And so when it comes to youth employment, it's something that should bother all of us very well, especially looking at the locality that you are coming from and what youth unemployment can do or undo the youth. And so sometimes when it comes to employment issue, we are very passionate about it. And we don't read political meanings into some of this. We have to deal with them realistically and take the politics out of it. We've had NAPCO. Where did he reach? We had a startup programs from the previous government. Where did he reach? And so going forward, I think this current government thought of all these failed policies that were brought up by the previous administration to make sure to guide and enhance what he is going to put in place for the youth as we speak. So let's categorize the job issues. We have AI. We have what do you call that? We call artificial intelligence. And then we have the skill training itself. So what I was envisaging about this issue is that when you look at the models that this current government brought, is to deal with the youth unemployment straightforward. But are they sustainable jobs? We can come to that. That's number one. The youth, let's also categorize the youth that are the youth interested in the job models that you are bringing? Do they appreciate? Are they looking at the danger that is looming ahead of us in terms of jobs? I think we have a lot of youth at hand that if care is not taken, I can tell you that we are sitting on time bomb. Because the youth employment rate keeps increasing day by day. And it is very, very problematic, especially even looking at my locality that I'm coming from, which is in Nkpor West. You see, when you go there, in a house of maybe 4 or 5 tenants, each person has 6 children. They've all finished.
So you multiply the 6 by the 5. So you're talking about over 30 people.
30 people. And you have maybe only 4 of them working. Is that not a problem?
Can government initiatives solve this unemployment crisis?
Yes. Government initiative should be able to solve some of this problem because that was the promise we made to the people.
Okay.
But is it effectively? Is it working the way we want it?
Is it sustainable?
Is it sustainable jobs? Is it temporary jobs? That's what we are discussing now.
Yeah.
And you see, the most important thing we all need to know is that job is job, regardless of where you are getting it from. How do you even define a sustainable job? And how do you create a sustainable job? These are 2 major things that we need to tackle then we'll move forward.
You know, we have the YEAs, they'll come out with models. You have the NAPCO, they'll come out with models. These are not sustainable jobs. These are jobs, even they go there and then at the end of the day, they say they are not being paid. And we all know they are not being paid. It takes time. They have to cry before some payment will be released. It's not about time to move away from the rhetoric and go to the realities on the ground.
That's why skill training is very important in our way of creating jobs for the youth. Because when you look at Nkrumah's time, you can see clearly that there is a plan for the youth, those who are graduate, those who are coming out of school. They have already jobs there. The moment they come out, they fix into the job perfectly. But in this our time, it's like the models we are bringing out. I'm talking about both the current government and the past. You see, we shouldn't do this job issue politics as usual. We should rather look at it as a failure on part of political players not to be able to resolve these issues.
Does it show the weakness in our educational system? If you look at the youth unemployment, it's showing weakness in our education system because it's not tailored to the job market.
That is true. I perfectly agree with you, because when you look at even those who have completed SS, currently as I speak with you, they are in the house, including some who are relatives. So when they came out of the SS, what did they bring? What skills did they bring from SS? Because the technical and vocational education, we are not putting priorities there too much.
Because we'll create a perception that it's for the dropouts. People who did not do well in schools, in the secondary school, they find themselves in those areas.
And so if we don't talk, or if we don't put pragmatic plans and measures to make sure that this canker does not stay with us, we will still continue. We will talk about unemployment 10 years to come. We'll come and sit here and be talking about unemployment. Simply because you have people who already have made their mind that white-collar job is the way forward. And government job is the way forward. But you see, when you are creative, you don't even need government job to sustain yourself. And so the models that the government is bringing, yes, is bringing up some models to cushion the youth. But I can clearly state that some of those jobs are not sustainable jobs. Let's be realistic. And so we need to move from there to the skill job. Because you see, the skill job is something that the person can benefit directly, immediately the person finishes his school. But you see, the white-collar job is that we all want to enter into the government sector. The government cannot employ all of us. So what is government doing? That is the YEA. Like the way you said the YEA. If the models they brought, the models the YEA brought, they will go according to what they are telling us. Then it means people can get sustainable job out of those ones. Do you get me? And so something like this police assistant, this immigration assistant, or prison assistants, and then the fire assistants. They have an agreement with them that when you serve for 2 years, automatically you'll be enrolled into the service. And so you see that that plan, if it works, it means if we have, let's say, 6,000 at fire service who are into, what do you call it, the fire assistant program, it means maybe 5,000 or 4,000 will be enrolled into the national fire service. So it means some employment is being done there. But the truth of the issue is that it's a drop in the ocean. Because when you look at the chunk of the people, they employ a lot of people. Do you get me? And so if we all venture into the creative, what do you call it, job, that is the skill jobs, I think perfectly it will help government rather than promising the youth those white-collar jobs. Because we know, even the security services recently, what happens when you have almost 500,000 people.
So you believe that the digital section is not an illusion? We should be reality check.
Yeah, we should be. It should be a reality check, because you see, I can tell you that Ghana is not even ready as we speak. Ghana is not ready for the digital world, because you see, the digital world comes with a lot of pragmatic ideas and deliberate policies. That is, you see, our interest rate does not support a startup programs. Because if a youth want to engage into his own personal venture or business, if he goes to the bank for a loan, look at the interest rate. How does the youth survive? And so if we want to create these digital jobs, we must also make sure that we are deliberate about the policies that will cushion the youth so that it will encourage them to engage into those.
So we have to be intentional.
We have to be intentional. Yeah, we have to be intentional about that.
Let me ask Bernard this question. Bernard, is Ghana's digital economy strategy a real solution to unemployment, or it's becoming a politically attractive idea without sufficient job absorption capacity?
Yeah, so let me start from where the honorable man
Musa Seidu started.
Yes, I mean, I agree with him that Ghana, as it stands,
We are not ready.
It's not ready for that digital job market that we've been talking
So
about.
we are doing Matramakwe. Is that what we're doing?
I think we are trying to.
But we are not
this
ready.
current government launching the
Codes.
program. I don't know how far that one has gone, but they are trying to.
But I hear they've distributed over 85,000 laptops across the centers for those training.
That is just one part of it. So as he was trying to say, it requires a lot of infrastructure. I mean, across the country, there are still areas that they don't have access to internet. In fact, even for those who have, what is the strength? Is the connectivity so strong to support, working digitally? So it requires a lot of investment, infrastructure investment and skills training. So it's not just a one-time 2 months thing. How can you earn a good money just by being trained for 2 or 3 months for a digital job?
The competition out there.
The competition out there. Remember, the digital job is not just localized, right? It is global. So you are competing with folks in China and India, Pakistan, South Korea, who have been trained for several years.
Who are deliberate about what they want.
With policies involved. So with our 2-3 months training, we are not there. We can't compete with such people. And
so is it an illusion?
So we need to be deliberate. And I like the fact that he's looking at it apolitically. He's not sitting here doing the usual. I like everything he's been saying. Deliberate, starting from the basics.
On the basis.
We cannot be in Ghana and we still don't have marker and chalks, and we are saying that we want to go digital. It must be deliberate right from the basic education.
So that sent me back to that. What we are experiencing now is showing a weakness in our educational system.
So we have to come to that point where we know that, look, we are not in 50 years back, 25 years back. The world is moving to an IT world.
I was showing you something I told, a tag of war that kids play with in the classroom, where you have to answer a question that it pulls. Advance has come in.
We are here talking about classrooms. We are here talking about marker and board and
schools under trees.
Schools under trees. We have not prepared our young people. Look, there are lots of opportunities for virtual job, for IT job, a lot of them. And people will tell you that those guys who are well trained, they are making good money. But then the investment part of it.
I have a cousin who teaches virtually, making so much money.
Making money.
Teaching virtually.
So we need the infrastructure, we need the training, deliberate policies for young people. I like what we are doing about STEM education and all of that. Look, there are still schools, even in Greater Accra. In fact, I'm sure even in Krowo, who don't even have IT labs. Some of them, even if they have the IT labs, how many computers are there? The computers that are there, how many of them are functional? We are talking about digital migration. And we don't have.
But we see training programs, coding boot camps, innovation hubs. How many actual jobs have been created so far from this initiatives and not training slots, but real employment.
Yes, that is data that we must seek. Of course, we cannot. Yes, so we must seek the data. So there are some NGOs who are doing a lot of such trainings. But look, I would like to say that government has to be deliberate. Yeah, it is good we are training 1 million in coding and all of that. We have to be deliberate. If we are accepting the fact that mainstream jobs, the traditional jobs, let me use traditional jobs, are few now, and there's a lot of opportunity in the digital space, then we have to put in policies to train people for that space. In fact, you go to the universities that are even doing computer science. My friends who study computer science will tell you that, Charlie. So when they come and they have to work in that space, they need another level of training altogether, investment of their time, money, before they can come out as something worthy of a job in that space. So we require a deliberate. So not just government, the educational institutions must also play their part, especially the tertiary institutions, secondary institutions.
Can I give you an example? I know people always say that there's somebody who started IT training across schools in this country, and people take it in the political level. I can say it verbatim today. Anybody can take me on. I started that training. All the teacher training colleges, IT centers, I set them up across the length and breadth of this country. From the Tadisco ICT lab, you see, I set them up. I even trained 2,000 MPs in Parliament. But people were not given opportunity because we play politics. Things we saw in India, we want to help to grow this nation. I think some of the OSTEC you see who are doing back office, I was the operations head there. We started OSTEC. The global computers you can think of then in Nova.
Yeah, global computers. Yes, global computers.
I was a trainer. I can stand on my feet and teach you IT from head to end. From 7 a.m. was my food before I branch into communication. So sometimes I find it weird when we've politicized basic things that can help our people to grow. So this digital thing, I say sometimes I sit back and look at the whole thing. Why are we going about it? How are we handling this?
I mean,
what's the name? Data Link. Data Link was not invested in.
Yeah.
We're dealing in computers, we're selling used computers. Before it was converted into an IT trade into university. You can go and see Answer. I was one of his guys who started this. But you see, when people are not given the opportunity to churn out the skills they've got for the next generation, and you play politics with it, and they coil back, these are the things we see. And these are the problem we're having as a nation.
Yeah, and even going back to our youth employment.
And we didn't do these things well in the various institutions.
Yes.
In the sense that we couldn't stamp authority, even at the teacher training levels, where people were supposed to learn this thing and learn it well. People who started were kicked out of it because of political experience.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, what do we achieve? This is the biggest problem. So you ask yourself, is the digital economy strategy designed to absorb few thousands of people, or can it realistically address Ghana's wider youth unemployment challenge? Can it? Looking at how we're going about this.
The competition out there is not going to...
I like the way you use the word competition.
The competition out there is not his joke. It's not what we do here as usual. India is not waiting for you. China is not waiting for you. So if you have your people who have the expertise already, you tap into what they have, because some started before you are coming on board. And so those who started, you have your own people among those who started. They know where they started and where they are going. And so this business of youth employment in abroad, yes, a quite good initiative.
I mean, you can develop skills and sell.
And sell. But okay, so for instance, if a youth is going to Dubai as a driver, and the contract is 2 years, how does that become a digital solution? for employment? I'm asking. And so you see,
Mr. Musa.
yeah, and so you see, we need to be realistic.
Okay.
Because that person 2 years will come back to Ghana again.
Yeah.
So when he comes to Ghana, what is he going to do?
He's still
again?
unemployed.
He's still unemployed.
And come back.
He's come back.
Yeah.
And so those, if there are any monies, funds being dedicated for that, can't we divert that resources for a skill program? You see, catch them young. The ones who are already up there are up there. Let's start with the ones who are coming now. The STEM programs, the TVET programs. You get me? Those programs, the youth that are coming, Director General, I'm telling you that they are not going to wait for us to look for a job for them. They will look for a job for themselves. And it can be any job, anything. You see, when you are coming in a locality that you see the poverty is high there, the illiteracy is high there, you are not a politician anymore. You don't have the luxury of being a politician and politicizing everything. The reality is confronting you when you wake up every morning. People knock at your door.
How are you handling that?
Well, as a human being, you need to be skillful in anything you do. This is your job you are doing. You are very skillful at it. And so when you are a politician, the truth will set you free. People cannot even look people directly and tell them today, they need to lie to them because politics as usual. But I'm saying that President Mahama has a deliberate agenda to transform the youth. But is he getting it right? Is what we are putting in place absorbing the youth? We need to sit back and look at it. Because if we say 1 million codes, I have people who have benefited from the 1 million code jobs, but they are still hanging around. You get me? And so we are saying that government is doing something good.
So you see, this is the reality. So a politician can say, oh, 1 million people. What is the impact of that?
That 1 million people in the community.
But that was a question I was asking, that the major problem is that many graduates leave schools, okay, with certificate, but not job-ready skills. I think that is where we find ourselves. People are leaving school. They have the certificate, but the certificate is not a job-ready kind of a certificate. Because the jobs and what we are churning out are we are working in two different lines. So definitely people, the expatriates, they'll bring the expatriates to take over those jobs. And that is where, go to the oil industry, the oil and gas industry. You see a lot of expatriates going in there. Meanwhile, we have the school of mine. Look at the mining sectors. It's not about time we train our people. Well, we're a gold mining nation, but our miners, majority are expatriates. Why is it so?
Yeah,
we're not giving skills.
Exactly.
When do we shift from the theory-heavy learning to skill-based education? When?
I think
I'm asking you to the same question.
It's long overdue. It's long overdue because I can personally tell you that if I look at my locality and I look at those who have skills, those who came after us, those who benefited from Nkrumah's educational program and things, they are doing well. Some are in Harbour, some are in Port, some are still working with the same skill they acquired 50 or 20, 40 years ago or 50 years ago. We that are in the digital space now, most of us are unemployed.
Meanwhile, we said the digital space has a lot of employment opportunities.
Yes. And so if you ask yourself, those who call themselves carpenters who are now working at Harbour, Tema Harbour, Port, who have gained a good gainful employment, and the ones who have completed university and they are doing Uber, can you compare the two?
Can you compare that to reality checks? We're looking at the digital jobs or digital illusion. If education doesn't match the economy, unemployment becomes automatic. 053-715-863. And we're hanging out this morning with Mr. Musa Saidu. He's a ward coordinator from the Krowo Nwa and he's here with us. I mean, Bernard, you're enjoying Mr. Musa this morning, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I will always say, if you have politicians speaking to the reality, not sometimes it's as if when we tell the truth, but that is all to build us up. You could have sat here and said, oh, President Mahama has instituted 1 million codes programs, so people have benefited. But the question is, he said, even for those who have gone through in his communities, they are still around. What is the impact?
The impact is making
of whatever. He asked a very important question. President Mahama has good intentions, but is he getting it right? I love that question. Is he getting it? What we are doing, the measures we are putting in. That is why when you do project management and all of that, they talk about project evaluation. So after we have implemented the programs, after the Ministry of Communications have implemented the CODES program and they have trained people, have we gone to evaluate what we did? The people who have benefited, are they well skilled to take on jobs? If not, what is the next thing for them? What is the way out for them? What is the next plan for them to make sure that at least they can get to a level where they can start doing something and build on it? So it is not just about the launching of programs and all of that. It is about the real impact of whatever we are putting in place. And I think if you have politicians speaking like this, we will advance as a society. It is not going to be, NPP says we did this. It is about the impact of it. It's about whether we are getting it right. It's not just about appealing to voters and all of it. It is real impact.
The rhetoric will have to shift. We have to face reality.
Because if you sit here and you lie, when you go to the community, the reality will confront you.
The point is get out of here. They will start calling you.
Good intentions.
Yeah, they will start calling you.
Does not automatically equal success.
And you see, it is not even they calling you, but you knowing the fact that what you are facing is the reality, and you are trying to lie to the people. The reality is that we know currently, as I speak with you, that the dollar rate, the dollar to the city is doing well. The fixed, the Moody's, they are all projecting a positive outlook for our economy.
We are even being told that we are the eighth best.
Okay, so if I go and tell all these things to my people and they ask me what is the impact directly to their livelihood, what am I going to tell them? Some are benefiting from, some majority are not benefiting. And you see, when you are doing an exercise, you should consider the people who are going to benefit from what the programs you are doing. And so when you consider, you have to now come to a ratio. If the people are 100, you are getting 70 people who are benefiting from the job directly. It means you are making an impact. But when you have 100 and you have just over 10 people out of 100 benefiting from that program, then you have majority of the people complaining. And so what you did is just a stone in an ocean. Do you get me? And so what I can confidently say is that if NDC wants to continue to rule this country, which I believe we want to do, is that we should make sure we should go to every length, put politics aside, get the people who can do the job, give them the job. Let's get the youth employed. And we cannot come and be sitting down on TV and be doing rhetorics again. The people will speak for us. We will not come and sit with MPP and be doing YSA or Chinama SA. No, those things all. It's about jobs, it's about the economy, it's about the people. So when you have a plan to make sure that you bring all these people under one umbrella and you give them what they want, the campaign will be done for the people for you. You will not be forced to come and sit on TV every day to defend your party. Now we don't defend our party when it comes to dollar and cedi. We don't defend our party when it comes to fuel, how we have arranged and did everything. But with the digital space, something must be done. Experts must be engaged. They must be contracted to also improve upon what we are doing already. Because what we are seeing, like the police assistant and the fire assistant I told you. Yes, many of the ones who went, some you see them, you ask them, they say for the past 4 months I have not been paid. But we are encouraging the youth to also be exercise patient. baby Andrew, let's be honest. And so when you get an employment and 2, 3, 4 months you are not being paid and you leave that employment, you are going for another employment. Maybe you are not lucky, you go there, it will reach 1 year and you have not been paid. And so what we encourage the youth is that don't be quick in looking for the money. Get the job, train on the job, and then you move. You can even use that place as a stepping stone to move to another areas. And so the youth should also know that as much as government is doing its best, they should also be tolerant. Do you get me? And let me be honest, these our current youth that are coming, most of them are very lazy. That one I can assure you because I have some in my community. The jobs will come, you will call them, they will go and start the job. Some will not even reach 1 month, they will stop the job.
What is making them lazy? Is it the system? Is it from the home? Because I keep reiterating this, that for a strong nation to be built, it starts from the homes.
I keep on telling people that the social media have benefited the politicians more than the people who should benefit.
Why? Tell me about it.
Because what is going on currently is that our youth want to copy what the Western world is doing through the social media. And you don't have the opportunities they have here. And so if you want to bring what they are doing there to this place, you will have a challenge.
Okay.
They watch movies, they see people overnight, they turn rich. They see people overnight, they go into lotteries, they get money, they are on the internet, this romance scam, and even to think of a member of parliament will also be engaged in a romance scam and will be arrested. It's something that social media is teaching our children. And so they get quick money through social media. But those monies are not sustainable ones. They have their day. Sakawa and all those things we were talking about. Some of them now we don't even hear about them again. But you see, the social media that we should rather use to make sure that our youth get employment, our youth get a sustainable job. We are using it as a tool for campaigning. Do you get me? And so sometimes, if we remove the energy of using the social media for campaigning alone and using it to benefit other sectors that can employ, I think it is the way forward. Because the reality check is that social media has done so many bad things to our youth than it has done good to them.
Social media has done so many bad things to our youth than it's done good to them. A quick sense, this one is, it was asking that he said, Chairman General, what do you think must change to fix this problem of job skills in the country? Well, quickly, if you ask me, I believe that shift from theory heavy learning to skill-based should be the number one. Number two, we should look at strengthening our technical and vocational training. We should link our universities to industry internship and apprenticeship. I think that is also one of the things we should be looking at as a nation. We should also introduce entrepreneurship and digital skills in early childhood, not when people have gotten to a certain age before we start looking at those areas. So I think, I don't know if I've answered your question, but jobs created when industry expand, not just when people graduate.
Yeah.
You know, jobs are created when industries expand, not just when people graduate. So we need to support manufacturing, agro-processing and construction sectors. We need to reduce import dependency to boost local production. We need to make it easier for SMEs to access license and markets. But no industry growth, no job growth. If the industries are not growing, there's no going to be jobs that will be created. I believe I've answered your question now. Now we come back to the digital world where we are looking at digital jobs are promising but must go beyond training. That is, if you ask me, I think that is what we have to start looking at. We have to convert digital training into paid work placement. That's one of the things we should look at. We should expand outsourcing hubs, the BPOs, the remote work centers. We should expand outsourcing. We should also support freelancing platform with payment systems in Ghana. and also improve digital access and affordability nationwide. But training without employment paths becomes digital illusion. 053-715-8638 is the number. 053-715-8368. Today, Wednesday, we're hanging out with Mr. Musa Seidu, award coordinator, Crowell constituency, Nungwa, and he's here with us to look at how we can solve this unemployment. We are looking at digital jobs or digital illusion. And I've told you that if we don't convert what we need, what is needed now as a nation is to convert our digital training into a paid work placement. It's not just training. It has to be converted. We need to expand outsourcing hubs, the remote work centers. We need to support freelancing platform with payment systems in Ghana. We need to improve internet access and affordability. It should be the entire country, nationwide, because training without employment pathways becomes digital illusion. So if you have anything, you want to add something before we move to our next set of questions? You want to add something?
Oh, I think after commending our honorable in the studio, I would also want to, also add my voice to the call to young people to be diligent, right? Sometimes we sit aloof waiting for opportunities to come, but it's not always the case. Sometimes we too have to go out there and chase, take on little opportunities. If there is opportunity for internship, volunteering.
That's what I'm saying. Why don't we start linking our university to industry, internship and apprenticeship?
Internship, apprenticeship,
volunteering.
Just go and
we should have that free will to volunteer.
Acquire the skill, learn the stuff, learn. The opportunity come. One painful thing is when the opportunity comes, you are not prepared for it. So after waiting so there's something while waiting. What are you doing while you're waiting?
Yesterday I had some shock. The World Cup is around.
A few days.
And my intention was to leave in June 15th. Get there. Then I saw that out of the 150 applications, only 3 people were given the US visas.
The visas.
Because they believe that when the people goes,
they will not come back.
They will not come
back.
And to even
so it's also creating another. So now I have to now think of, okay, if you're not going to go, what do you need to do to carry the euphoria in the studio? So now that's my plan B. Do we go look for the rights? Do we get sponsors to give us the right? But now that government has gotten the right to broadcast the World Cup, so we can also go to government and say, okay, we also want to pay S amount of money and be part of the broadcasting station. Okay, which companies will want to sponsor us to get the right? So now my thinking changed. How do I create it?
Creativity
you need to now think outside the box. You might not be there, but you have to make the people feel they are there. You understand? There are things that is not always being there, but it's always creating the space, the environment for everybody to get something to do. At the end of the day, it creates within that short 2 months, June, July, we've created some jobs for people. Within that space, you've gotten somebody, but are people willing to volunteer? That's the question. Because if you look at agriculture, many youth avoid agriculture due to perception. The whole school know we are the second. So we see agriculture
punishment. They say go
as a punishment.
Yes.
So, but you see, agriculture can absorb millions if modernized. Mechanizing farming. When you do mechanized farming, it can employ a lot. Agrotech startups, value addition processing, instead of raw farming, youth agribusiness incentives. So when the food system is good, there are employment systems. That perception we've created, the mindset. You see, I like what the government said about the mindset thing. But I've not seen it being done. Because the mindset plus entrepreneurship culture, not every job. You see, we have to now get to the level that not every job will come from government. Not every job will come from government. That idea needed to shift. Because we need to encourage entrepreneurship education. So I like what the vice president did with this entrepreneurship. No, let's start from somewhere. Let's get the basis. This morning I told you something. You see, we are creating something like everything is fine with us, but beneath it, we are crumbling. We are not standing on our feet. Oh. Things are not right with us. You see, so the shifting has to be done. We need to encourage entrepreneurship education. We need to support failure-friendly setup culture. That when people start something and they fail, doesn't mean we leave them there. We give them support and bring them back as to where the mistakes were and correct it and push them up. Take financial literacy early is very important. Because now everything is going digital. How many people teach financial literacy? We have taken it upon ourselves. You are even asking for sponsorship to carry it beyond. Afuda. Every Monday we do it here. A whole hour. The things that will help us. Youth and employment, it is not just about lack of job, it is about skill not matching industry. That's one. Weak industrial expansion is number 2. Limited access to capital is number 3. Over-reliance on government employment is number 4. These are the 4 things eating us up. And we should get this mindset that not every job will come from government. Not every job.
Some will tell you that if they don't get government job, they will not do any work. Some will tell you. And so, like the way we are saying, and if you look maybe from a humble background, starting a pure water company at a locality that you don't have any company that exists there, and you see the children coming out, some smoking weed, some into robbery, some into tramadol and those things. And you see, when we set up this pure water company, now we have 3 or 4 branches currently as I speak with you. And see, you will see that when the children go to school and they finish GSS, when they come back, we employ them at the company, the factory there. It's not a sustainable job, but it's something to engage the youth till maybe they will go for SS. Because in between GSS and SS is where the children...
That's where the silver lining is.
Yes.
So... We're saying that Ghana will not solve youth unemployment by only creating policies. No. We cannot solve it by creating policies, but by building industries that create opportunities faster than graduates are produced.
And you see, like the way you said, governance and creating jobs. The recent water crisis that we had affected my business. And when it affected my business, it affected the children who are also coming to come and do something small and get some chop money and go. That is when they come from school. And so most of them, as I speak with you, have engaged into these social vices that will not benefit them. You get me? So when the water start flow, then at the end of the day, some of them will do what? Will come. But when they are close to you, you can check them. But when they are not around you, how do you check them? So like the way we are all saying, creating jobs, sustainable jobs, engaging the youth, something that will keep them busy. Because if you don't give them something that will keep them busy, they will get busy themselves. And you don't know which areas they are going to get busy.
The devil finds work for an idle hand.
You see? And so these are some of the challenges we have. And so Nungwa, to our government in power, the water crisis is getting to us. Some of us, That is the business we do.
That's the business we do.
That's the business we do. And so when it affects us, it doesn't mean whether you are NDC or you are MPP. The fact must be said. Nungua water crisis must be resolved. It is long overdue. Water must be prioritized.
Water must be prioritized. 053-715-8638. We've gotten to a point we want to take your input. We want to hear you, have your say. Bernard, you on the floor whilst we're waiting for the call. Pick the last bit of it before we go wrap and then read messages and then we start saying bye-bye.
Yes, so I was talking about encouraging fellow young people to take advantage of internship, volunteering opportunity. Because I was saying that one of the most painful things and something you will regret later is when there is an opportunity that you are not prepared for.
That's a big question.
You know very well that you could have prepared for it. Knew that there was an opportunity for you to acquire a skill or a knowledge which would have prepared you for that opportunity. It comes and you are not ready for it. Right? It is very painful. So while waiting for something better to come, while waiting for that dream job and all of that, take advantage. If you can volunteer somewhere. I said the last time here that the first time I engaged on this media, it was as a volunteer.
Is it?
Yes, I was out of school and I was home. I said, let me come and volunteer here. And I came and I was volunteering.
You see?
So when I had to come again, they had known me and known what I can do, and they gave me the opportunity.
You see?
Right? So don't it's not pleasant. Yes, you ask all the questions, how do you survive in that period? But one now that you are home, how are you surviving?
And to add to what you are saying, like the pure water business I'm talking about, I started with my brother. There is no salary. Today we have almost 4 branches, and I'm the manager. I hope you are getting me. So if I also said because there is no salary, so I'm not going to join. Today, who would I become? You see, and so the youth must be encouraged to take opportunities. They shouldn't look at the money all the time. They should look at their future. Whether what they are going is they are going to build their capacities. You can even use where you are working as your work experiences, provided you have done nothing wrong. Do you get me? And add it to your CV. So that at least when you go somewhere, they know you have worked here. You have worked here. It means you have an experience in what you do. But sitting down and waiting for government to come and give you a security job to go and do, sometimes it baffles me. Because you see, when truly speaking, you are living in a community with people. Some of those who are even into the security services, they come for assistance from the businessmen and the entrepreneurs. They come for assistance from them. Do you get me? And so I don't see a government white-collar job should be the only job solution for our youth. Our youth can also engage in doing something. We can see our northern brothers when they come. Today, we can't find a metal on the floor because it's a business venture. Somebody has engaged in. He has educated his children. He has built a house. I know someone who just came recently here, just 5 years ago. He's doing this crap. Now he has built in Ajokojo. He has his daughter in university. He has his son doing his masters with the scrap business. But we have our indigenes here. When you ask them to engage in such venture, they will tell you, no, that job is not for them.
That job is not for them. To the young people of Ghana, listen closely. Today I want to talk with you. See, employment today is no longer about waiting for government posting or formal job. The world has changed, and Ghana is changing with it. Opportunity now exists in the digital space, agriculture, entrepreneurship, service, and global remote work. But they require preparation. They require what? Preparation, discipline, and adaptability. Yes, the system must do better. Policies must deliver real jobs, not just promises. Education must connect more directly to industry. And leadership must create an environment where businesses can grow and also absorb talent. But at the same time, the youth cannot afford only wait. Waiting has become the most expensive decision in today's economy. So whilst waiting, there's something I picked from my bishop the last time we had a meeting with us. Upgrade your skills continually. I have mandated myself every year, if for nothing, write one paper, learn something new, learn practical and digital competencies. Be open to starting small and growing gradually. We want to start small today, we want it big tomorrow. No. Be open to starting small and growing gradually. Explore entrepreneurship, not just employment. Use every opportunity, even unpaid experience, as a stepping stone. Like Master Musa Seydi is saying, because in today's world, you know something, opportunity does not always announce itself. It is created, built, and pursued. Do you want me to repeat that? I said, in today's world, opportunities does not always announce itself. You create it. You build it. It is built. And you pursue it. So Ghana's future will not be shaped by those who only complain about lack of jobs, but by those who prepare, adapt, and position themselves for the jobs that are emerging. We shouldn't let the digital job become illusion. It should become reality. 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638, 053-715-8368 is the numbers on the screen. You can send your messages. You can give us a call. Obviously, as mine is what we are looking at. So on this note, we go for a break. When we come back, we'll read your messages, and then, you know what we do? We give you the opportunity to call if you have any question for the ward coordinator in our midst this morning. Or you have a question for Bernard. Me, nobody has questions for me. So
you are rather asking the questions.
So we'll go for a break. We'll be back. All right, so welcome back from the quick break. Let's pick some few messages that are coming. And this first one takes us to Kwabenya, where we have Aben. And they say, applause to Naimos for their determination to combat the Galamsey menace. Seriously, no matter the sabotage by some greedy few with the national security, I believe in Colonel Boa, and no amount of allegations against his team can stand the light of day. Go ahead and do the job without fear of favor, because you have the president's full support from Team Naimos. And he sends greetings to the Chief of Staff, Honorable Peter Mensah, Tema Shipyard, and MCA Agbo of Ghana East. What do you make of the support from your man to Naimos? Giving them kudos. That's Amen. He said they have the backing of the president. Now let's go to Gosso, your friend, Capito. Capito said, per the situation of the current administration of JDM and the NDC opposition, straight. I know when I said it, the word coordinator is quiet. Straight. He said, per the situation of the current administration of JDM and the NDC opposition, straight. Come 2028. He said, come 2028. And short regards to Dr. Bawumia, Honorable Mebisawa and Justin Frimpong, the Secretary of MPP, still maintain. That is it. So he says your party will go to opposition straight. Looking at what people are channeling.
That is his opinion.
That's his opinion.
I know that they will be waiting for 42 years. That's sure. Yeah.
40 what?
42 years.
Is it prophecy or something?
No. That's why we are on the government. We are part of the government. And we are trying to make sure that we put the government on its toes to do the right thing, to keep these people in opposition for a long time. They have done a lot of harm to Ghanaians. And so we have to do and correct those harms so that we can go into the future without any party called MPP. Our good works is what is going to make sure that MPP does not come again. It is not how we insult them. It is not how we come and stand and what they do wrong the last time, we are also doing the same thing. That's not what is going to sustain us in power. What is going to sustain us in power is to do differently from what they have done. That's the reason why Ghanaians voted them out. So I'm not coming to settle score with any MPP person. I'm trying to make sure that I meet Ghanaians' mandate and I do what I promised to them during the campaign to keep the MPP in opposition for a long time. So that's my job.
All right, that is his job. The Crusading guys are 268 forward station to pilot NPA 24-hour economic drive. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, someone.
Good morning, Nia Trump. A Dromona, Nibohun. You are Dromona, one way or Juba. Right.
Dealers ni Conte ni ofenwala actually Lucas ni DVA divorce if any of them want to live in ko credit money no ni echu na ke mama ponti say ni has lupa yam kan many kan ni na ni ko kala ka sabi ni chwana me tu and back when ye eventually kaje you of the politics to often what is back here the kelo me yo ni amehani office na ha me office issue ni asani wo sham kono na machumo economy ko kwa machumo na machumo no ni ya ni road minister me na me mo piamo edition na no ke ngabo in a contract no ba shi chumo e ba shi asani ma yene ko ni chumo ni ke hanye ni chumo na hawo ma pa nya minister you buy 1 year ke ha about this tackle o party ba so in power for next 20, 30 years. That's NDC. We are praying that we be on power even from now to next 20 years. But what we will appeal, these contractors, where we are dealing with currently, majority of them, or our problem currently is the civil servant. They are aligned with some of the appointees because of their surface gain and they are what? They are conniving with this big contracts and whatever those we are giving contracts. And when they go to fail, instead of them to force the contractors to work, they connive with the contractors. So they abandon all the ways, and we can't do nothing to them. Yesterday, I think my own MC, I won't mention his name, he fired one of the contractors when we have a community gathering. I don't know whether it's a blah blah whatever, but he fired a contractor in front of all the public, and we know that they are on their course, that they are about to end. But what we appeal, if we couldn't attack the civil servants, so-called civil servants, the engineers and what the directors at the assemblies, they are our problems. Let's assume when President Kufuor came, he tell every appointee or no every civil servant, those who are the heirs, tell them they should proceed on leave for him to succeed on his governance. Rather with these people, you can't achieve what you want. So my boss, if you are there and you are a coordinator, especially we are the people who suffered. If you say coordinator, what coordinator? We are people who suffered. I've been a coordinator for good 3 decades. We are the people who suffered, but at the end, you know, the party will come and go, and we are still where we are. So I will appeal to you. Let's talk to those who are heads that we should focus on those constables. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning. 0537158638 is the numbers. Also, which me after Bob I know to living there. One Basani, one Quanibiniano. My name is Ghana. We're shipping. I will look at. We have a lot of conversation. Hello. Good morning. Many are back to saying. Yami Adumo. Yejoso.
I didn't go to Ghana. Mr. Elisa. The Kasa, and you push I did. The one was no kind. Say, no credit. I say, do some more. Inside you could be your president in the country because we are saying that we want to be a castle. It's a young media is the life call. I'm trying to grab with me. Where should we be for? We find and when what will we not happen? I didn't know what's in almost in the camp. Sir, we are this no Casadia Montano. Mr. Kumasi. Mayor, who will be a ADT Massey Minister appears to be 20 million border pass. Because on your this appears to be as I might know. We will be needing to walk at a penny for first and my penny account and penny that and I could find the account. Now, you be can be found on the channel. It will be up on your back as one. Can you one eye and boom? Young one eye and boom. I mean, young day about me, young day say, if you do not walk by you, I don't afford as a job on your hand from Casa. Only you or more. Cassidy is a big before tomorrow. Because all the cost of Ghana, a big India and as a billion this in Casania. Mamu on the patch amount. 20% yeah, we have patch of one will be a patch of Wednesday. A class, last more kind. A who class in Brandy was CNTC appointees. After Ghana assassin is said and the same. Told me about NDP and decent and the home flavor. I hear possible. Yes, and now Ghana home. Who get the new share? It is here to abandon now, feel said, boy, you know. Obesany Asana. Another percent is the power of you. I'm busy for paying for Munoyama Bro. You can't share money I give you.
All right.
Munoyama Bro. And about also, young Tochino, money back of Pachimo. Some of them are now. Because of mobile fund boy what you do. My friend that up for you. One is from a members no am no yes sir no go na money me dem man was the mass the sound that
yeah share that
e bia na me kan na mu so mo ye omo yi po no okay na go na me kan
okay
da o masi because the TV the kwachi
yeah that's the say omo eti omo ye
and that's why touching no so
omo ye
omo so omo pass the domas
yo yeah that's so bye bye. I love my callers that when they put a question across and then we follow suit and it's being done, they come back
give
and
feedback.
It's being done.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. Thank you so much, Boga. 053-715-8638 is the number. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Your name, where you viewing us from?
Good morning.
Nyame adomo wodin ne baby a ohwe free.
Oh, but your friend is everything was.
Okay, news I feel was we news I eat you.
Yeah, but you really are very the first time before I must manage my family.
Yeah, that's
it. Before my son, my family.
Yeah, that's
it. Can be brother to be free for who's and why you put it.
That's it.
Most first put a bar. One was also Janapoli, Master Mitchell, Boma was a fire in my family, and I'm Stamboy and there's now Mulati. Also, when I was only my father, Ghana boy, Ghana Puna, to them drama, there was one and one.
Yo,
was you ran a zone of position on Boswa and the Zero by Muna,
amen. Yamin Shrawan, so have a good morning out there. 053-715-8638. If you have anything you want to share with us, thanks for those who are encouraging us to keep on keeping. Yeah. Obi, hey, I forget to. Somebody say one can give us sobolo and palm wine in the morning, and then some small chop. So we go put them for the tabletop like this. I forget to Davi. And now, money. But I know say you phone. Thank you so much. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Program
Mebajo within the baby of free fee. But you're frost saying now free fee. Okay, it's you.
Now, the person say, and tea and this for no more, yeah, like so, or and I am there, and then I'm in tears. I won't even be in my I'm not saying. The master, you must say, on the still
Yes, yeah, that's see. And also, I remember Apostle Safo Kantanka to be buried on June 25th. DDM fever sweeps through Eastern Region NDC. Jaspon Chair pushes for African-led partnership. I am the next Ashanti Regional MPP Chair as Santiman Koka. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. My OTV no volume no call from the Enkasa phone. Good morning. We didn't baby of Refi.
Yeah, you're very Jerry. You're very Addison Square Cape Coast.
Okay, Jerry. Otodane.
Yes, now do more on so.
Yamina do me answer you we me until.
Yeah, I know crazy about supporting a meeting man. Now, presently, they are on our head pro MPP and it seems mostly MPP for now. Tamba.
Oh yeah, the MPP and NDC freaking aba. It's actually and I say ebi na we ebi na wada wa ba na kobe ya ma obeba na dey not certain dey nka do nko fi because e kolamba. Multi MPP no NDC or ward coordinator Crow constituency no more.
Okay.
All right.
Nyame
nhyira wa so and
so say
so NDC na MPP. I said the casa no kind Sanka what tradium. What statement said Boka Galamsey fight must rise above politics. That is a good call, right?
Yeah, it's a good call.
Galamsey fight must rise above politics. James Owusu unveils blueprint to reposition MPP USA for Bawumia's 2028 win. MPA roll out 24-hour economy in 268 4 stations. MPP appoint Stonash as the spokesperson for foreign policy. and diaspora ahead of 2028 polls. Ghanaian youth are not lazy. Poor policies are limiting them. Chumberima.
Yes, so
Chumberima said the Ghanaian youth that they are not lazy. It's the policies that is choking, is failing them. And I've also said that it is not the policies alone that shapes life. We should create an enabling environment. Charlie, I'm saying before Ghanaian
Times. Yes, 72,000 BEC graduates face placement crisis. That is according to the EduWatch Africa Education.
So just ask yourself, 72,000 ECO senior high school. So we churn out thousands, and the jobs are for only hundreds. I mean,
so there will always be a backlog. That's it.
So it's a weak kind of a system of education that is creating unemployment. If we are able to fix it, tailor it to industry, tailor and get this perception from the minds of people that agriculture is, and then TVET is for lazy people and blah blah blah. Agriculture is punishment. Yes, I've been free.
So yes, you can get details of this on page 12. Vacate Bush Highway or face action. GCB Bank is also here, their commitment to the World Cup campaign. Police arrest 2 over deadly highway robberies in Upper East. That's what the
Ghanaian Times now. Police Council to investigate exam fraud claims. The picture of the Vice President Nana Genopoku. Dominic Kwabenya MP cries over hospital debt trap road. MPP duals policy war chamber to unseat NDC in 2028 elections. Mahama halts contract scheming as value for money office takes off. Jaspon boss pushes for homegrown solution to tackle continent challenges. The Informer. And 053-715-8638. Oh, birthday be away. Oh, my dear. Oh, it's my dear. Intermediate daily analysis.
Mama approves evacuation of 300 Ghanaians following the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Roads Minister slams contractor over delays on Enchi Elubo Road project. Asante Achem North MP arrested in Amsterdam. Parliament confirms that. Education Ministry sets up committee to probe tertiary hostel fees. Ibrahim Mama supports xenophobia victim with hard work business initiative. And last but not least, Lands Minister touts down superior forest management credentials at the UN.
The new publisher also have the same story where they say, come home, you can prosper here. Ibrahim Mama gives xenophobia victim 200K lifeline. East Legon big man arrested over Pono, accused of dragging his girls, filming sex abuse, selling videos. 43,000 teachers busted over BEC Apo. So if it's still banned everywhere in Ghana, get the new publisher.
All right. The Daily Gist has the story of the Asante Achem North MP's arrest. NPA story is also here. Minority confers with Catholic bishops. Chinese contractor bold with 80 million big push cash.
Yeah, that was the question I was asking. Was it a single source? Was it really bidded for?
NPP organizer freed after pressure on government. This is a story on.
You know the MPA 24-hour economy
pilot.
The piloting for the filling station. Do we have the security? Remember what brought the operation Cow Legs and stuff, where people Operation Come Life, where filling stations were being taken on by armed robbers that we need to now put, so they couldn't do 24 hours. Do we have the security on the ground?
Yeah, you see, when it comes to MPA, what I know about MPA is that even in their internal arrangement, they have security measures.
And what I'm saying is that given it to the 668 pilot fuel stations, 268, do we have 24-hour military presence or police presence around there? Because it got to a point, any filling station you say operating 24 hours has military and a barrier around there. Are we going to have it?
Yeah, I think that as part of the plan, that's why we are starting with the pilot.
Yeah, that's why even the pilot,
Yeah,
you
you
need
see,
to have the security.
Yeah, so if you are going to do the pilot basis, the security you need is not like if you are going to enroll the whole thing at once. And so we will start from somewhere.
But 268 adults pilot.
We can.
Okay, we can. When do you want to neglect Western youth unemployment? Afenyo Marken blast government. Government borrows 120 billion Ghana cedis from T-bills and formant. Eduboy in trials. PW3 affirms ASL not engaged in criminal activity. At Nairobi Summit, Jaspon Boss urges African-led businesses partnership. UGMC, Human Milk Bank, 6 breast milk donation. Those of you who have plenty breast milk, go to UGMC, go and donate.
But that one do.
Yes, you can donate your breast milk.
Who are here to give birth? Do they
People have breast milk. I get free. I get here and I'm in. Concert. Back at me can latest when talk breast milk and you can't harm and you can't. Baby Shandy back here and you for I mean, here breast milk. Go this campaign. I go champion now. He's somebody who insult me. I know him, but I won't say anything. You can go ahead and do it.
Okay, so the source newspaper is next. It says that court to Shrad. So the court is ordering Shrad. This is a direct order. Provide info on Atoforcing ex gratia inquiry. NPP chairmanship race. Ejako ends first leg of campaign. It also reports on the Jospon story. You have done that in other newspapers. Feed Ghana. Ahiagba drags MOFA, that is the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, to RTI Commission. These are the stories on the front page of the source newspaper.
Let me go to the news center that happens to be the last paper on the desk this morning with a picture of Sahin, the minority leader. And they say ending 1D1 deepens joblessness. Policy revival critical to tackling unemployment. Afenyo Markets. You also have the borrowed 120 billion there. It has the Ibrahim story. MTN cautioned public over fake online promotions. Dumso post arrest NPP. That's Nanabik slams BNI CID. And those are the final stories. Then now let's do some birthdays and say bye-bye to ourselves. A birthday. Birthday. Happy birthday. You know that song? Happy birthday to you. Okay, so a birthday wish to Madame Elizabeth. Oh, Annaman, sorry. Happy birthday to Elizabeth. Say, may your day be filled with joy, laughter, and beautiful moments that turns into cherished memories. May this new year of your life bring you closer to your dreams, surround you with genuine love, open doors to endless opportunity. You deserve happiness, peace, and success in all that you do. Keep shining, keep growing, and never stop being the amazing person you are. Have a truly wonderful birthday and an even more amazing year ahead. And for me, myself, and my team, we say we wish you a long life, good health, and what again? Plenty money. Mama Elizabeth, God bless you. Then this one is from the man. He said, happy birthday to you, talented my hero. May God richly bless you and sustain you this. May his face shine upon you. I ask for long life and prosperity for you. May your dreams come true. Enjoy your day, big bro. Hey, I love that. I love you to the moon and back. Why didn't you stay there? Have a wonderful year filled with joy, blessings, beautiful testimonies, and peace. From Catherine to Samuel Gogo Annan. So that is, so we also say, happy birthday to Sami Gogo Annan. Long life, good health, and plenty money. 20 seconds. Let's go.
Yes, let me say a very big thank you to Honorable for coming and sharing his thoughts, unbiased thoughts with viewers and us, and to the SNAIT PRO who also came to offer some education. And most especially to our viewers, especially those who call, send text messages and all of that, keeping the show interactive. Thank you so much for staying with us. And catch you same time tomorrow. Until then, please stay safe and be productive.
Alaji.
Yes.
20 seconds. Where?
I want to encourage all our youth to engage in skills training. That's number one. Number two, they should take any opportunity that comes to them. They can use it as a start-up program. Number three, I'm encouraging our constituency executive and the party hierarchy in this crew to fully take advantage of this pilot program that is coming from the MPA. That is for the 24-hour economy jobs. So that at least crew can also get fair share of the national cake.
All right.
And so that's what I can say.
That's what he can say. But we'll leave you with this one. As you step into your day, remember this. Opportunities are not always found. They are prepared for. Challenges are not always removed. They are managed. And progress does not always come quickly, but it is always response to consistency. Do not wait for the perfect condition. Build with what you have. Learn what you lack and grow through what you face, because in the end, the future does not belong to the loudest voices. It belongs to the most prepared minds. This has been your morning focus with L. Samuels and Bernard. Stay informed, stay engaged, and stay focused. We will see you in the next edition. Good morning.